Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast. We'll be bringing raw and unfiltered energy for each movie and TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review. You got it figured out?
I do.
You got it to the right.
Actually, it fucked up last time because of you.
Whoa. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're just saying, just make sure you select the correct one. So you need to stop it and do it again. That's it. We understand where I fucked up at. Players fucked up sometimes. It's all good.
You ain't got to bring up the past, Jazz.
You got to bring up all shit.
You always got to bring up the bullshit.
Exactly, man. But good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever this podcast find you. This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies, TV shows, and we're going to touch on music today as well. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And we are joined today with some of our family at this point. They have become family. Two of the Talkin Ish, a podcast amongst friends podcast. We got Ant and we got Coretta with the Beretta. How are you all today?
We good? I'm speaking for both of us, which I shouldn't. Helaine is her own woman. I'm good. I'm doing all right. It's nice out here. It's cold as hell, but doing all right, man. Doing all right. I'm slinging shields like a certain black superhero.
Hey, we're gonna get into that. Miss Helaine, how are you today?
Highly aggravated.
What's going on? Talk to me.
Oh, life. People I work with. That's about all. That's why I'm here at work as I'm doing.
Ooh, shamana. Come on, they just out there. Spirit just jumped up out me because I'm at work trying to do this shit too, and I shouldn't be. I should be home enjoying myself before having to do some other shit. But
I would rather be at home drinking.
You know, I'm not a drinker. I will take a shot.
As Jazz sips.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
With her pinky in the air.
But we're gonna get to that. But before we get into this movie that Ant was discussing, I want to touch on, of course, Super Bowl is concluded at this point. We see the Eagles have thrashed them bitch ass Chiefs. Thank the Lord. Yes, the Lord is here. He is real. Thank
Jesus
God.
wears Kelly Green.
But of course, in Super Bowl 59, it is the most viewed Super Bowl at this point. But also, we had a halftime presentation from Kenny Kendrick Duckworth. What, Jazz? What? No. And I of course, like I said, with it being Black History Month, of course, you know, the others wasn't gonna be feeling it, but I wanted to see how everybody here felt about the halftime show. I know me, Helaine, Jazz, you know, we kind of in a group chat at this point, so I kind of know how y'all feel. But of course, we want to let the people know how y'all felt about that. Jazz, of course, I'm gonna start this off with you, sister.
I highly enjoyed it. I thought it was very creative. I didn't think it was. I, for some reason, didn't think he was going to perform Not Like Us due to all the legal action and everything, but I love that he did it, and I love how he did it. It was a lot of messages sent in this performance. So, yeah, I loved it. It's probably one of my favorite ones within the past 10 years. Throw that 10 years on now. Yeah.
For 10 years on. You know how many we had a lot of great performances in the last 10 years. I
And
don't
I
know if it's in
said
my
which ones.
I don't know if I don't know if it's my favorite. What other ones do you remember in the last 10 years, Shaz? I'm just curious.
I like Beyonce. Didn't Beyonce have one with Bruno Mars? And it was a
Yeah, that was
third.
Coldplay. Coldplay.
the year that Denver won Super Bowl. Yeah, it was that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had to remember something from that year. I enjoyed Usher's as well.
Okay.
So
I mean, Rihanna was in there, so I know this at the bottom of the tier. Um,
Oh,
don't be rude.
Helaine,
Wow.
Helaine, what do you think about the Super Bowl performance?
I will second what Jazz said about um I did not think that he was going to perform the song, but he did. Like I was very hyped. We were in I think we were in a group chat. I was in a group chat with Anthony and my pod, and then we were like, kind of talking as it was going on. Um, I'm glad he did it. It was very for the culture. It was not necessarily for the viewers at the Super Bowl, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And Ant, what about you, brother? Well,
oh man.
you more do
Well,
you yeah, what you got for me, man?
I'm gonna be serious with y'all. I was not feeling it. I thought it was utter trash, and it was trash because he didn't drag that yellow bitch more than he should have. He should have put it through the mud. He should have dogged him some more. He should have called Sandra. Should have been out there crip walking with Serena. No, I'm kidding. No, I look, being the oldest out of all of y'all, I remember when there was no Super Bowl halftime show. It was just commentary and bands. This was in the 80s. It took a show known as In Living Color to make the NFL say, oh, dear Lord, we need to make money off of this. So 1993, we get the King of Pop. And the fact that Kendrick broke that record
Did
of
he?
100. Yeah. Michael Jackson had a 133.4 million people watch. Kendrick had 133.5 million people, all eyes on his show. So he broke it by a slim margin, but the record is broken. Folks were pissed. Folks were mad because they kept showing the Usher one that had 204 million people. And what they failed to realize is that they can't read. Illiteracy is a disease. It
It's
said
and
Super
it's running
Bowl
rampant.
viewers. Yes, it's Super Bowl viewers and not halftime show viewers. So the fact checkers found the tweet from Usher that thanked everybody and said, y'all, we did it. 129 million people viewed our halftime show. Thank you to Rock Nation and all that. But look, that's semantics. That show was just the fact that he dissed Drake. Okay, cool. I love the fact that he did a whole direct shot to the United States of America and
Yes.
spun the block on him and didn't stop. Boot to ass, boot to neck, belt to ass, brass knuck to jaw. He did not stop. And what I love the most, and this is where I'm going to end it, he literally showed us how not to compromise. He did what
Mhm.
he wanted to do on his terms, and it came out beautifully. And yes, he did not say the PDF word, but the sentiment was there
Mhm.
because people yelled it and people saying A minor. So whether the lawsuit says they're bots, I think proof shows that song was the biggest song in 2024.
That's
And
without
you got to get over it.
that's without doubt. I don't think that I don't even think that's a debatable conversation. So
Yeah.
that
There
even
was no
being
need for
said was
bots.
kind of yeah that wasn't that's kind of crazy. Everybody heard that song. But yeah, I'm with you. They go the same sentiment. I know the set list leaked before the
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
academics was hot about it. He was
so I
like, "Oh,
had
I'm gonna ruin it," and then look
so I
what
had
happened.
already so I had already seen it. So
Yeah.
when it was going like, oh shit, it's just pretty much that set list
Mm-hmm.
that they had already put. I'm like, okay, so he actually going through with it. I'm like, okay, he rocking this, and it's
Yeah.
just I get annoyed with stuff like that because again, I think the biggest losers in this is just like the stands on both sides. Like the stands have
Hmm.
just kind of made everything a bit more unbearable. But if you kind of watch
Yeah,
it with objectionable eyes, I think it's the word.
yeah. Or an
Um,
objectionable lens.
yes, that we go with that one. It was. I mean, I feel it was a great performance. I know a lot of people started throwing other people in there saying who could have did or what could have been. It's like, man, they did the right. I think they made the right decision. Now, I feel like Kenny may have fucked it up moving forward. Now, I don't know I don't know who you go to after him to go up. I feel like they gonna be like, nah, you're doing too much. And I
Oh, I know who
appreciate
they going for. Oh,
who
I
was
already
that?
know who they getting. Kid Rock. And his dumb ass just got booed at one of Bon Jovi's bars.
Hmm.
So no, not booed. He left the stage because the crowd wasn't applauding enough. So they're
Hmm.
gonna get him.
Mm.
They're gonna get
Yeah.
him. Oh, Donald Trump was on the phone with
Temper tantrum.
oh yeah, the whole conservative movement lost their mind, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's one of the best moments. If Black history continues to be celebrated in this little old country, let that be one of the keystones,
Yeah.
and let it be a talking point.
For sure.
That was good. That was good. I mean, he smacked his enemy, but also smacked the country at the same exact
Yep.
time. So it was definitely appreciated. I appreciate the show, for everything that it was. Like I said, he's leaving off this now. He's of course the most streamed artist at this point because now he's crossed over into the different platforms, different worlds that
Yeah.
he probably didn't even imagine being able to get in there. But sometimes you got to sit back, make a plan, you come back, execute it, and you will see where you can get to.
Well, it
But
started. We got some
yeah,
sexy songs for you, man.
yeah, we ain't talking about that though. So that's we're not talking about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
No,
shout out
yeah,
to
well,
my Drake fans that's still holding strong. He just
Yeah.
dropped some new music for you guys. Hey Jazz, don't step on that. Don't step on that. Don't step on
uh,
that.
I was just gonna
Because it's
say
out.
it's
no,
out. Happy
it's out.
Valentine's Day. Yes.
Yeah.
For all the folks saying
Yeah.
my goat is back.
Here's the funny
He
part.
never left.
He never left,
Oh,
and nobody needed to step on it because he steps on it himself.
he
I thought it was gonna
does.
be some nice R&B, some hot,
You didn't think
something
that.
to get the lady.
You didn't
Dog,
think that. You didn't think
no, I
that.
didn't. I really
You didn't
didn't.
think
I
that.
knew it
You
was
didn't
gonna be
think
some
that.
hot trash on a
It
Friday
ain't.
night.
It's not hot trash. It's
No,
right.
I
That's
listen.
that good. That's that good.
That's
That's
that
that
good
good
what?
vacation.
That's that
Good
good.
vacation music. You
Really,
riding down. You riding down. You
really. Oh
riding.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
gentlemen,
sure.
Smoking, drinking.
we're
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Hey,
well, obviously.
Don't you step on what I got saying right here. Keep your toes to yourself. I'm still
Oh,
speaking.
oh,
I got
well,
this.
Oh,
excuse me.
whoa,
There's no
whoa.
love here, it seems, on
Look,
this good
y'all.
Valentine's Day.
If y'all want to
Well,
hear some good,
okay.
y'all want to hear some good lifestyle cruising music with a glass of wine or Chardonnay, whatever you people
Oh, she
drink,
there.
go listen to the new Larry June Two Chains album because that that's
I
that's
didn't
vibe.
I didn't love it.
I love that
I
one,
didn't
man.
love it. I want
I
them
love it.
separate. I want them
Oh,
separate.
really?
Like I want my,
You,
I don't want them together. That's like it's
you
like
want your
it's,
ratchet here and your relaxation here.
it's not that because City Boy can make that type of music. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't like that blend of it. That I
Oh
didn't like
wow.
that
Okay.
version of it. I would have much rather
Yeah.
bring Larry June into Titty's world as opposed
Yeah.
to them making one together. It's a little bit
Okay.
different.
No,
A little
that's
bit different.
understandable. But
Well,
I'm
shout
like
out
I
to The
said,
Weeknd's latest album,
that album is
which
good.
is fire.
The
It is
weekend,
a
yeah, the
damn good
weekend.
album.
That's a good
Are you
album.
gonna
That's a
go
good
see the
album for the
movie?
weekend.
Are y'all gonna review it?
That may be something Jazz
We'll
want
see.
Jazz suggests because I'm not running to go see Weekend on TV screens.
Well,
I
yeah.
would think you
Well,
would go see it because Jenna Ortega is in there because we're both fans of her. But I
I
will
would,
definitely check it out.
yeah.
and Barry
It
Keegan
seems
is in it as
interesting.
well.
Yeah, it seems interesting.
He's not
But his new
causing
album,
me to
that new album,
run to the theater.
Man, Barry can act, but I like this last movie. I
I
loved it.
didn't say he could.
yeah.
I didn't say he couldn't act. He's not having me run to the theater. That's all
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
I don't
Ah,
think none of these niggas
I
had to run
got
to
you.
the theater, man. But
It's a few out there. I'd be like doing a little
all right, here you
skip.
go. Here you go. Here you go. But the reason we are here today, episode 141. Yes, it is here. Marvel is back again, I guess. Is it? I mean, is it not necessarily the same? I
Question
mean,
mark?
The last movie was
It's okay
when?
to have
I
question
I
mark.
hate it was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
I
so it's
hate
been six
that.
Yeah,
months. It's been 6 months though. So it's fair to
yeah.
say Marvel is back. It's fair to say Marvel is back. It's been 6 months since we had a big screen movie. We had TV shows. If you want to
Mhm.
count what if you want to
And you
count
had
that,
Agatha. I'm not even
no.
thinking about what if, I'm thinking about Agatha, but also I feel like people have weaponized the whole Marvel is back quote.
Oh yeah.
I understand how you're using it in this context, but people is just like Marvel is back, Marvel is alive again, that bullshit that you see on socials.
But do you think they are saying Marvel is back with this film, James?
I think they're saying something completely different.
A lot.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna get into that. So if you don't know what we are doing and you're not watching, we are talking about Captain America: A Brave New World. Yes, starring the new Captain America, the new one, Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson,
New
also
Orleans
just
own.
and also Isaiah Bradley, is in this film as well, and Warren Juarez, is that the nigga name? That nigga last name?
That play
Warren
Torres. Yeah.
Warren
Joaquin.
Torres.
Yeah.
Joaquin,
Joaquin Torres.
you know what? Fuck it. New Falcon. Falcon Jr. That's his name.
New Falcon.
New
Did you add
Falcon.
an accent when you said that?
Yes.
That's
I did
crazy.
about Condon. I did.
I do not understand. He is a Falcon. Caw-caw.
But
Caw-caw.
yes, man, we getting into the first installment of the new Captain America, New World. Last time we seen Sam, of course, was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
Which of course it kind of allowed him to get that suit, and I don't know how the show if the show was well received or whatnot. I do think it was a bit darker tone when it came out. It was I feel like it was one of my it would be one of my, in my top five. I do think the show would be in my top five just overall, just what the story brought. Also Zemo, of course. I think with the Cap stories, the villain is always the part of the story that kind of sells it more than the actual hero for me,
Yeah.
in my personal opinion. Um, but like I said, we get Sam big screen, Jazz. How you feeling about seeing Sam on the big screen?
I'm not mad at it. I'm actually happy for Sam, even though anytime I see Anthony Mackie in anything, Clarence has really good
Oh
parents.
Jesus. I knew it.
Or I even
I
go
knew it
back
was
to
coming.
I even go to his movie. It was a basketball movie. I think it was like Rebound or something. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely happy for him. I was curious how people's comments and reviews of this film was going to be. I think he did
Mhm.
a good job in this movie, but I also think he did a good job in the series. And the tone from the series went into this movie from me receiving it the first time watching it. So, Anthony, what about you?
I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I understood a lot of the reason for the mixed reviews. I know the whole story of the reshoots. They had to go through countless reshoots, rewrites, um, drama with what Anthony Mackie said, which wasn't even controversial to begin with. But again, you're messing with cracker culture. Yes, I said it. I don't care. Um, so every time you upset them, it makes it bigger than what it is. The man just mentioned that his daddy had to drop out of school to go sharecrop. And oh, I didn't know his dad looks good for almost a 200-year-old man, which goes to show you the education system has failed America. It has failed and it's getting worse. But
Yeah.
I thought the story was enjoyable. I thought everything in the movie worked to an extent. I had my little nitpicks with dialogue. The pacing had moments where I'm like, okay, let's move, let's go, let's get into it. But in the long run, if it didn't have to connect to something, I think this would have been a pretty good standalone Captain America movie. If it didn't have to latch on to what's to come in these next few phases of Marvel. Um, but yeah, it was good. I'm not saying it's great. It's not greater than Winter Soldier. Um,
Nothing will ever be.
I think if you want to look at it in the Captain America run, I'd put it third. And I love First Avenger. A lot of folks hate it, but I love First Avenger. But Brave New
Didn't
World,
like that movie.
Hmm?
I think it's number three
You
in
didn't,
it.
you didn't like that movie.
Oh, I'm
Was
the
that
people that he's talking
First
about that
Avenger?
didn't like the first one. So I
Oh,
was
okay.
saying
I,
that's
I'm talking
me.
Oh,
about
okay.
Jazz. I was like, wait, why
Oh,
you didn't
okay.
like it? I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Nope.
I loved it for the nostalgia feel because they try to make it like an old World War II propaganda
yeah,
film.
I
Yeah.
can see what I can
Um,
see you like. I can see where you like that,
yeah, I like that concept, and
like
plus,
the mesh type.
yeah, hey, yeah, exactly. Anything, if it's the Dirty Dozen, um, The Great Escape, all those kind of World War II movies, even though a lot of it is overhyped and overdrawn. Yeah, I love movies like that. I always did, and I thought they did a pretty good rendition of it. But this was a solid film for me. It was solid. Like it worked where it needed to work. It worked what it was supposed to do. It did.
Right.
Only
Hmm.
gripe, it should have kind of moved a little more towards Sam than
Hmm.
what happened. Than what was happening.
It was a
The
split. It was
the
a split
build up.
story. It
Yeah,
was a split story between the two. So it's like well,
yeah,
honestly, they tried to share it between three people, which I don't
right.
like. They kind of you kind of take the focus off of the one person. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the what was the other movie? Winter Soldier. They did a great job with that, being able to split the story between um the villain. Shit, really,
Mm-hmm.
four people in this goddamn movie. This movie is split between like four people. You look at Winter Soldier, it's split between Cap. Sam had his big send off in
Right.
that movie, and of course we find out that he's been fighting Bucky the entire time. But outside of that, it's not that thing. This movie, I feel like they can't the focus was split
Mm-hmm.
between different people. But I'm gonna kick that back to you, Jazz. I don't know where you were going with that, so I don't wanna steal
Nah,
your thunder there.
no, no, you good. I was gonna
Thunderbolt.
ask I was gonna ask Helaine her first reactions to seeing this movie. After seeing it, excuse me.
Initially I was like, I gave it like a 6.5 leaving out of the theater. And then once I sat on it a little longer and thought about it, I would say like a 7. My biggest thing was like I went into it like most people do and was comparing it to past movies or comparing
Mhm.
it to the past Cap or comparing it to past just MCU. And it's not fair to compare a new-ish franchise to those that came before it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like once I figured out that I need to look at it from this is his first movie, just like Thor had his first movie, just like Cap had his first movie, just like the Avengers had their first movie. I need to look at it as this is his first movie.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I there were some points where I was like, it was a little slow, and there were a lot of the the this is my monologue, and then have my far off stare look, and then very like it was a little dramatic in some of the parts too, but it was dramatic for a reason because he was talking about things that like that had a great deal to do with what's going on in today's climate. So I guess that's why it was a little more like heartfelt dramatic than some of the past roles. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess we've kind of gotten used to some of the newer films being a little more funny because they didn't start out that way. Like that
Right.
last Thor was basically a comedy and shouldn't have been. But like we kind of got, we're kind of getting back into not, having its funny moments, but it being a little heavier, which I'm not
Right.
mad at. I
Mm-hmm.
like. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And has everybody seen the Falcon and M series?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
This was a great episode 7. An amazing, if we look at it as
Right.
a show, it's an amazing episode 7. Actually, a much better season finale.
right. Do you think we're okay, so at the beginning of this movie, I feel like they were setting up to provide context from the series for viewers that had not seen it.
Mhm.
Because you got a lot of references of things that happen in the series, and I'm sitting there like, okay, well, I kind of already know all of this because I watched it. So, do y'all
Mm-hmm.
feel like within this movie they provide enough context of the relationship between Sam and Isaiah, and just for people who hadn't seen the series, where it's like, okay, they're not too confused or lost at the beginning of this movie? I'm gonna start with you, Jason.
And yeah, I always think about stuff like that, like because they have to make it make sense to a person that's never seen one of these movies. Sometimes they can just drop it on you where it just happens that way. But I do think it wasn't the crazy exposition dump where it's just everything is just sitting there. I think the biggest one is explaining the Thunderbolt Ross for the people that may have not seen it or
Mm-hmm.
that did. Um, I do think the one with Tony, whenever they switched out Iron Man to Don Cheadle, I think that
Rhodey.
was one of yeah.
When
Iron
the great
Mine.
roadie switch.
Whenever, yeah, I think that was one of the better. I think that was a good thing because it was an acknowledgement of the switch, but also acknowledgement to the crowd, like get the fuck over it. We made this happen. This is what you got now, type
Yeah.
of thing. So I appreciated it for that. And them being able to explain, like I said, you got one Isaiah, then Thunderbolt in this movie. So yeah, and like I said, I agree. Yes, I
Mhm.
do think they did a great job switching, selling that in that where you didn't have to go back and watch the entire show. I'd be interested in seeing how Thunderbolts do it. But yeah, I do think that was a good one in this.
Yeah. Anthony, I want to mix up my question for you with watching
Mm-hmm.
this. Does this movie make you want to go back and rewatch Falcon and them?
The show?
Yes.
Yes, because I would probably watch it with a little bit of anger because there's one little thing from the show they did not bring into the movie.
It was a few.
It
It
was
was
a
just
few, but the main thing, and I think, and I feel it's gonna get lost when we get into Doomsday and Secret Wars. Sharon Carter as the power broker.
yeah.
That would have been for me, along with who you had as the mysterious villain of it all, because basically Brave New World is the Manchurian Candidate. If you haven't seen it, it's a great film. Frank Sinatra's in it. Great movie.
Oh,
Deals
the
with mind
original.
control. Yeah, sleeper cells and mind control. Or if you want to watch the later one
Denzel,
is with
right?
Denzel one.
Denzel.
Yeah,
With
that's why I said
Denzel.
he said Frank Sinatra. I'm like, oh, this nigga talking about the OG.
Right.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too. I was like, I didn't know he was in there.
the one that lacked color, no saturation in it. But I was really waiting for Sharon Carter to pop up because when they talked about the buyer, I was like, oh, we gonna bring in Sharon. Now we're gonna see her in her, nefarious villainous turn, like she really is the power broker. She has power and there's Madripoor, but we didn't get it. And I'm okay with what they did, but I would have loved to see a few more things from the series to be brought in. And I think that would have really pushed that, hey, you really should have watched this series, but here's some things that can get you that can tie it in a little bit better than what they did, from what we got. That's just me.
Right. Helaine, what about you? Did this make you want to turn on Disney Plus and be like, let me go check out Falcon and them?
So it didn't want to make me check out Falcon, but it did make me want to rewatch the Hulk because I could not remember.
Thank you.
Like I had to really think long and hard about the initial, like until I saw what's his name? What's his name,
Samuel
Steven?
Stearns.
Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Until I really saw him, I was like, who in that? Like I'm looking at George and I'm like, and George is like, you don't know. And I'm like, no, do you know? I'm like, do you know the last time I saw the Hulk movie? It's been years. Like, do you know how many movies have come between that? But no, it did make me want to go watch the Hulk. It didn't make me want to go watch Falcon to like recoup the memories. It made me just want to go watch Falcon like because it was a good ass show. Like
Yeah.
that was a good reason to go rewatch it. But I did, yeah, I want to go rewatch Hulk because I barely remember the Hulk.
Who are
Yeah.
these
Um,
niggas?
right. I was like
Where
I'm
did you
barely
come from?
remembering some of these people.
Yeah.
But no, it did make me want to like be a little nostalgic for a few
Yeah.
of the past movies and or episodes.
I
Yeah.
think I think the part that's lost or maybe missing, I think it'll come hopefully. I'm gonna say hopefully because they have because the fact that they releasing these two movies so close and back to back, I think
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that y'all are looking for is gonna be in Thunderbolts and not in this.
Yeah.
I agree.
Could be. Could be.
That's what I was
Could
thinking.
be.
because like preparing for this, I was just like, okay, you had Bucky and Sam in the same series, and then they're both getting their own movies, a
Yeah.
couple of months apart from each other. And a lot of the stuff that you might not see in this, like you said, Jason, we'll probably see in Thunderbolts because we're
Mhm.
gonna see Val in that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh yeah, she
power
was in this
broker,
too, right?
yeah. And the
She
power
was at the
broker,
end.
yeah, the power broker might show up in Thunderbolts. So it's just, I think
I
it's one
hope
of the
so.
things to where from
Gotcha.
online,
She
this,
has to show up in one of
yeah,
these.
has to, because like a lot of discussions on socials that I've seen since the movie dropped is people was like, why didn't we see this? Why didn't we see this? And I'm like, y'all do realize Marvel is dropping 3 movies this year within 6 to 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well,
So I'm
that's
just,
normal for them though.
I mean,
It
And that
became
for
normal. I don't
it
think that was
became
like it
normal
was.
for them.
I
Yeah.
don't think it
I
was always like that. I think it was
right,
like
yeah,
two
No, no,
movies
no. When
maybe.
when when it started in 2008, it was just Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk. That was it.
Mhm.
And then, the following years we got, Iron Man 2, Thor, then Cap, then the Avengers. It was after Avengers, the first Avengers, that's when they started to ramp up a little bit more,
but
and start putting out 3 movies a year. I think it was 2015, 2016
These all
is
seem
when they
like they're
started dropping.
very
but they're
they're in
close.
a very short
Oh,
time
closer. Yeah,
And
frame.
yeah,
they're
yeah. I see what you're
closer
saying.
because
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
having Guardians drop and then Iron Man 2 drop, they're not gonna
Yeah.
really touch each other much with their
I see
storyline.
what you're saying. I see
But
what you're
with
saying. Not
Cap,
just 3 years,
right, but
for
with
the years,
Cap
how
and
close they're
Bucky,
dropping.
yeah,
Hmm.
like Bucky showed up in this.
Yeah. And
So
that was a sweet moment.
it
It
was.
was. It
I
Damn,
really
Jason,
liked
you
it.
was.
didn't like it?
Damn, he was
No,
mad.
that was
Why?
Mm.
because it was just like that was just like a random placement in my opinion. It was just
Hmm.
like
I think it was
he
a little
shows up.
random, but it was a good offshoot to like pop him in and then pop him out.
But it was
Like they
also a
needed they
good.
needed to
Oh,
stick him
sorry.
somewhere, and that seemed like a decent place to do it. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go console my friend who's having doubts about
Yeah.
himself. So this is a good spot to throw him in.
While
Because
his
I mean,
second in charge is dying.
Like on the table,
yeah,
right?
he
it's like
might
Batman looking
he
at
should have died.
Robin after he got his ass whooped by the Joker.
Oh no, he killed him in the Killing Joke.
Right.
Oh, he did.
No, 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 no.
Oh
That's
no,
what I'm
no, that
saying.
was Red Hood. He survived. Scratch that. Oh, but
No,
they
no,
took
no,
him
no.
to the
That's retcon. But the originally Jason Todd was killed by the Joker. I was one of the people who voted for his death. Um,
Look
and
at this nigga.
hey man, that bitch had to go. He had no discipline. Die. Bats
This
told your
said he
stupid
had
ass.
no
Sit in
discipline.
the
Die.
corner. Sit your monkey ass in the corner and wait for me. Oh, but no, not Jason
Sir,
Todd. Oh,
back to
punk
Cap.
ass. Anyway, so basically, bringing in Bucky was a good way to have that moment again that we
Mm.
kind of got in Endgame, and they dabbled in the Winter Soldier. Am I worthy of this moment? Am I worthy of this shield? Why have I been picked? And yeah, there's a little comic twist to it, when we meet the final battle. Damn, I should have took that fucking serum. And,
But
my
who
theater
else
and,
is
and
laughed.
better?
that was
Who
cool as
else is
hell.
better to calm his nerves down than the other person that was kind of in the running to be Cap?
Yeah,
Like who better to tell him no? Steve made the choice. Steve made a
and
good
made the
choice.
right choice.
Like
Yeah.
who else could have that talk with him?
Nobody. Sam wasn't
No,
close with
you're right.
anybody else outside of Bucky.
Hmm.
Correct.
It's like with
Ant-Man.
oh, sorry. Yeah,
Who?
he is friends with
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. He's good with
No, he's not.
They're
Stop
not
it.
friends, Jason. They are
At all.
co-workers.
That part.
That's it.
No, they're not even co-workers. This is nigga whooped the nigga ass. This nigga do not like
yeah.
him.
No, he can't stand
People forget about that. The Ant-Man
he
whooped his
can't
ass in
I
stand
this
love
Scott.
when
movie.
he beat his ass on that roof.
Yeah.
People keep
But
bringing him up
again,
like, you introduced me to Ant-Man? Stop bringing
yeah,
him up.
him up. But I do like it because it reminds me, and I'm going into comic book world, when Miles Morales actually met 616 Peter Parker, and they had the conversation, and Miles is like, I don't, you are Spider-Man, and but I don't know if I'm. He didn't say too much if I'm worthy of it, but I've always had my doubts. And Peter sat him there, and they sat on the little on the ledge of the roof, and Peter's just breaking it down. Look, there are days when I put the suit on, and I feel like I'm not adequate, and but as my uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. And to you, I say, Miles, you are Spider-Man. And it was a reason they did it that way. And I think Brian Michael Bendis wrote it that way. And it was to shut up all these so-called gatekeepers into who don't have any ownership of these characters. We feel like we own these characters. Yes, I get it. We pay money for the books, we pay money for the movies. We feel like a sense of entitlement that we own the characters, but we don't. And for Bucky to look at Sam and say, "No, Steve made the right choice." He did it in Endgame. He's like, "No, you gave him the nod. Go get it." Because even Bucky at one point said, I don't want this because of the things I've done. That doesn't represent what Cap is all about. Cap is supposed to be not just the good of the country, but the where we can be good citizens. And I'm not talking about upstanding patriots. I'm actually talking about doing the right thing when it's hard, when the challenge is in front of you, and standing up and actually still doing the right thing. Even when the world is looking at you and trying to jump on you for it, you have the courage to stand up and still do what's right.
Stand 10 toes
That's
down.
yep, 10 toes down, no shame in it. But
Shout out to
again,
Issa. Shout out to Issa.
but again, I love the whole Sam aspect because he's not super soldier. He's just a black man trying to do right.
So if y'all were in Sam's position,
I'm taking it.
okay. All right. Don't even have to ask. Helaine already got her answer.
I'm taking it.
Jason, Anthony, what y'all doing? Y'all not taking it? You taking it? What's going
Depend
on?
on how it tastes.
Uh,
Can I mix it with some orange juice?
I don't think
up.
it's anything you drink. I think they put it in a needle.
No. You could drink the soldier
Anthony
serum
has had his
and,
They
face
changed
knee
it.
deep into things that taste way worse than what that serum could ever taste. I'm
the
quite
fact that you
sure.
messed up super soldier serum tells me
I,
you talking lies and made it, you lied like a dog on a rug. Enough. I'm a good Christian man. I don't, well,
y'all be the main ones in the news. I don't know what you bringing that up for.
Oh,
hey, I ain't from Canada and I don't rap. But
Oh, A
so
minor.
uh, so Anthony, are you taking
I
it?
would take it. Oh
Okay.
yeah, I would take it. Oh no, my body is too fragile for any kind of punch.
Okay.
Oh
Jason,
no.
you taking it?
I am. I am.
I feel that. I
Jazz.
am as well. What?
Yeah.
Now the thing is though, the
I
super
understand
soldier
his
serum,
conundrum, but I would take it.
yeah. But
Ah,
keep in mind, there is a caveat to that taking that serum.
There
Remember,
is.
in the first Captain America, when Ernstine had told Cap before he was Cap, when he told Steve, when Johann Schmidt took it, the serum brings out your true nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned him into a psycho, a villainous psycho. With Steve, because Steve was the best of us, he became Captain
Mm-hmm.
America. Look at John Walker. John Walker took it in
I mean, he looked MAGA before he even took that.
That part.
yeah, he was
So
great value Captain America. So he was destined to kill somebody with
He
the
was
shield.
way too much of a narcissist
Yep.
for it to do anything other than amplify that.
Yeah.
I think truly
Sam
and
would
really,
be a
if
good
Sam
person
took it,
for
he'd be
it.
fine. Yeah, he would be
I think he
fine.
would be fine.
I think Sam would walk around with a kufi and Hotep.
No,
I
I
think it
hope
would bring
not.
out an inner Hotep, man. I think it
no.
wouldn't be Captain America, it'd be Captain Unk. He's
Mm-mm.
coming
I'm
in,
not
I'm
mad at
telling you.
that. If he
I
was
wouldn't
going to a
either.
brunch spot, I would also be like, let me get a seat over
Look, it
there.
might be Captain Park. You never know who it might
True.
bring
Captain
out.
Pock with the
Oh, and if he walk
bandana.
around and he start going, "Hey y'all, I'm Tupac," and you just like, bro,
All right,
Mm,
Anthony, you just
chill.
Hey,
triggered a
Thunderbolt
terrible
Ross,
memory.
fuck that
no.
clip and repeat you cunt.
You just
Mm-mm.
because he played to. Oh God, I don't want to think about that.
I'm
I
Mm-mm.
don't want to think
Tupac.
about that. It was so bad. But
I think people should just every time you see Anthony Mackie, be gracious, be nice about it and just go, "Hey Tupac," and just walk off. I just would like to see his reaction.
that was terrible casting, in
Yeah, that
my
was a bad
opinion.
moment.
But
That was a bad moment. I mean,
Jason,
but
Do you appreciate the relationship that they showed between Sam and Isaiah in this movie? Because it doesn't seem like we didn't just get a hint of it. I think we got a nice amount of it because it led the story along.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right. It was all
Uh-oh.
right. It was all right.
He ain't like that shit.
I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
was all right. I mean, I feel like it moved. It gave him motivation for the story. I just hate, it. I I don't want to be one of them people.
It's
Like,
okay.
Too
This is a
late.
safe space. The streets
it's one of
already
the
say
things.
the
Too
streets
late.
already say you a hard critic. So
I mean, it's just one of the moments where him having to be incarcerated. It's just
Yeah.
like you got to put this old ass nigga in jail again. Like then you got to put the nigga in solitary fine. This nigga don't want to do this. He already telling you like it's like bro, we got to do all that. Like
Yeah.
they ain't doing that to Bucky bitch ass and Bucky Bucky done killed so many people. So
And
many.
he's about to become a congressman.
Yeah.
how?
That was weird to me. Like the whole everything that Buck because he's like, he's 110. Everything that Bucky has done over the course of the last
110 years.
70
Yeah.
years,
Has been
70,
some
80
wild,
years has been,
horrible
yeah.
things.
Like has been
But
you
He
have
blew up the
killed
king of
Tony Stark's
Wakanda.
parents, you
He
have
killed.
killed kings, and now you're about to be a US citizen, a US congressman?
So
I mean,
I
it
but
tracks. It
and
tracks
I
with
was
the current
it do
yeah,
administration.
seem like on brand. They said, "Oh, you did
remember
all
what the
that."
It
current
definitely tracks.
the leader of the current administration said, I could pop somebody on Fifth Avenue and none the wiser and get away with
But
it.
now, I like Isaiah just couldn't get away scot-free. You did try to pop the president in the White House in front of
They
a bunch
got
of
you in 4K,
dignitaries.
buddy.
Like, yeah, like there was something that had to happen, but
Mm-hmm.
yet and still two things can be correct at the same time. Like something
Right.
had to happen to Isaiah, but there is no reason that Bucky should be a congressman. Let's be real.
Well,
Like
but again, America.
Man
Okay.
he had a whole hit list of people that he went back
that
to
part.
apologize
And I'm
for.
like, have we still figured out what the trigger words are? Have they gotten all the trigger words out of Bucky? Like,
I think they
Hey,
are because
trust Wakandan science.
I mean,
Zemo said them in the series to him, and then Bucky
And he's like,
said, "I'm
don't work.
good."
Yeah.
Right?
how we look, we know of those. We don't know. It could supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and this motherfucker will go off and just start killing everybody in Congress.
Or
Who's to say?
or he could start tap dancing with chimney sweepers
I-
and penguins. Don't hate.
Who's
We
to
don't know.
say?
We don't know. We'll see in
Basically,
the Thunderbolts.
y'all are saying don't invite Bucky to the
Right?
party.
No,
I'd invite Bucky to the party.
Bucky is a
Stop
no.
I'd
inviting
invite
Bucky
him
is
white
a
to the
people to
party.
liability.
parties anyway. I just need y'all to
Bucky
stop
is a
doing that.
liability.
It's
I mean,
Black History Month.
they invited him to
I
the
said
cookout, so
parties,
why can't he come to the
not. I
party?
didn't say I did
Yeah.
not say the
What party?
cookout.
What
They
party? What party
they
is it?
It's
Are you
not
Super
an
Bowl
confused?
all
party.
black party. It's just like it was
A
just a
Super Bowl party.
phrase.
that's
Yeah, Super Bowl party. There we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
they
Bucky is
invited the
more
man
than
to
welcome.
Wakanda. Why can't he
Thank
come
you.
to the party?
They put him
Uh,
on ice in Wakanda though. He just went out
yeah.
there walking around.
And then, oh no! What happened at the end? What
He
happened at
came
the
out.
end
He
of
came
Black
out.
Panther? He was out there, shea butter shining,
I'm telling you.
a silk press. The man was looking
He was a bad
refreshed,
bitch. A bad
and
bitch.
had the Wakandan print
Yeah. He
outfit,
was
and
Man,
he
I
was
put the man in
draped
dashiki.
in
he
the
That's what
looked
dashiki
like
print.
he
that's why they
really
was
looked
doing
like a white
then.
man that teaches African American history at
Yeah.
Harvard. That man
Yeah.
was looking really nice.
Yeah.
That man was looking very nice. You no. Wakanda did wonders for him. He's
Yeah,
clean.
What do y'all think about Sam's suit? Because we
But
saw
I like it.
Whose suit?
which
Sam's suit
one?
or
The new
Sam's
suit?
suit.
Isaiah's?
The
Because
new suit?
Isaiah's suit was the dopest suit in the whole movie.
Oh, that
No,
houndstooth.
I'm not
That
speaking on the
houndstooth
Isaiah
was
suit.
clean.
I am a 85-year-old black man, fit
Yeah.
as a fiddle, rocking houndstooth, and don't nobody
Baby.
talk top shit to me, man.
Yeah.
And
Because
my
look,
flat
other
top
than them
was pomade slick.
that part,
Don't
other
hate,
than them eyebrows,
don't
Isaiah
hate.
looked good. He
Mr.
looks like
Mr.
sugar
That
daddy
Bradley,
material.
yeah,
hair,
Mr.
that
The
fucking
hair
peak,
was really it was throwing
he
me
got
off.
in there
That's
from
all I
it.
could
That
look
was
at.
Tyler Perry
Wait,
made.
no,
No,
we
no,
ain't
no,
gonna go
no.
there. No,
That
He
was
we
had
ain't
you.
gonna go
he
there.
Nah,
had like
I'm with
what
you.
they used
I'm
to
with
call
you.
him out here, not an uptown
I'm with you.
fade, but like it was just the front was done and
Updo?
the back was
It looked
shaved.
Yeah,
nasty. It looked nasty.
It used to have a
I
name for it.
said,
I can't remember the
Isaiah,
name for it.
nah. You
that,
need to
but
stay
you
in
know
jail
what?
an extra day for that shit.
It looked like the
No,
big
no.
red.
Yeah,
What
it
my
did kind of
business
look like
hours
Big Red.
office?
My office
Yeah,
hours are. Nah,
but
the
that's what
five.
happens when you But you know better when you have your hair slicked back or conk. You don't do it, your hair gets frazzled. It
Yeah,
takes a day. But he also had a traditional flat top cut from the military that
he
most
did.
black men had
It was
during
high and tight.
World War II to Korea.
Yep, it was high and
So
tight.
he's still a, I look at it like this. Isaiah is a man trapped in time, just like Steve was. The
Hmm.
sad thing was Steve was encased in ice and didn't see the world pass him by. Isaiah
Jeez.
saw the world pass him by
How we go
and
from do you
forgot
like
him.
Cap suit to Isaiah?
I no, she just said suit. I said
Because
Isaiah's
he
suit
was
was
talking
the
about the
dopest suit.
clean suit, not the fighting suit.
I
Helaine
didn't know it
asking
was a
like she
fighting
didn't
suit.
speak on Isaiah's suit either,
No,
I
I was,
but
mean, I just
and
said
I
the
was, and I was
houndstooth
one,
was clean. That's all I
and the
And
said.
other thing
I
was,
gave a dissertation on why it was dope. My
and the other
bad. But
thing I was
no.
thinking was the suit itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wakandan suit.
Mm.
So he
Uh-huh.
seemed like he was confused when he got stabbed. Was he not supposed to be able to get
No, I
stabbed?
think only the wings are
The
of
wings.
vibranium,
Oh,
not the
okay,
suit
okay,
Yeah.
itself. The
okay. Got you,
suit,
got you.
the suit itself is still whatever
Yeah.
normal ass
Because
material. I'm surprised they didn't make his suit like they did Black Panthers to where he
that's
could
what I
absorb the
that
the
because
hits like the
because that's what
wings.
No.
because that's what confused me, and I thought that's where we were going with the
Nah, look,
animanium.
the
Like they had
Wakandians,
already like they
they got
had
a
took the.
contingency plan. They was like, we can't make him too powerful in case we got to
Well, they
come
did
back
him
and
like
get
they
him. Because
did
remember how
Bucky.
they did him in the yes, remember how
When
they
they
did Bucky and they put that 5 finger thing on him and his arm fell off.
so
They
and he
did
just
him.
went, wait, what?
they probably not even that real close with Sam to give him a full on
You
Wakandan
think
suit.
but you want him at the funeral?
No, I was about to finish my statement, but you cut me
Oh,
off. So let me get to my point.
He not
Because
coming.
sir.
anyway, because he was not at
You should say
T'Challa's
Chadwick.
funeral. I was about to say he was not at T'Challa's funeral, so they not that close.
Well, no one was at T'Challa's funeral.
We
None of
know.
the
Yes,
Avengers
Nobody
showed up.
outside
they're
of
not
Wakanda.
Wakandan. They're not
And
Wakandan.
also,
So
as explained, it was closed to the rest of the world. That
As
was
it
it.
should
No
be.
one, no foreign dignitaries,
Please
even in Wakanda forever,
get on
showed
her
up for
head.
his,
Bust her head, please.
pressure.
Thank you.
you know.
Bust her
No, no,
head.
and
I
No,
I'm
no, no,
not
no, no,
saying
no.
it to be ugly.
I am. Put a curb stomp her. Please get it. Get it.
And you know what, Jazz? It's kind of like how most celebrities have, a celebrity dies, the family will say, let us have our privacy, and they do private funerals, and then they might have a celebration of life that's open to the public.
I
So
I get all that.
Right.
Jason is only bringing up the conversation we had during our Black Panther Wakanda review. Y'all check that out. I don't
oh,
know what
Wakanda
number that
forever, yeah.
was. Yes.
Got you.
Because I was asking, the conversation was why wasn't any of the other Avengers at the funeral?
Mm-hmm.
And we got into it was a heated debate. It
It
was
could
Not a
be
heated.
heated.
Shuri didn't
Was
want to
it was
deal
it
with him.
heated?
It
Was
was,
it a heated
yeah.
debate?
It was. It was. Y'all check that out.
Okay.
Why he say
Shuri
it's
might
because
have said,
Shuri
look, I
didn't
don't
want to
need
deal
y'all
with
here
him.
right now.
You said what? He
I
can't
said
see.
Shuri. Oh no.
Yes, I
Oh,
can. Fuck you, nigga.
oh, okay. Well, the movie. I think that's what we're talking about. No, I'm joking.
What did y'all think about the fight scenes?
I fucked with them. I fuck with them
I
a
thought
lot.
they were well
I
done.
fuck with them. Hey, fuck that. We gotta shout out my nigga, the French nigga. What's his name? The Italian nigga. That
Mm.
nigga there. That nigga was the best part of this goddamn movie. What's
Ooh.
it? It's the black
Oh,
Italian, the black Italian nigga. What's
Oh,
uh
Giancarlo Esposito.
yeah,
Giancarlo
Carlos?
Esposito.
Yeah,
Giancarlo.
I'm like, who is
Giancarlo.
black and Italian?
yeah,
Giancarlo
Giancarlo.
I got
Yeah,
you.
Esposito.
that
Oh
I
yeah,
nigga,
got
Sidewinder.
Oh,
Oh,
Gus.
that nigga
he
was
was a
killing.
sassy bitch. What?
he was. I loved
Why did
it.
they
He
give him
was
blue eyes?
spicy.
He was.
Why did he have blue eyes?
Girl, ask
I
his
don't know.
daddy. That we
No,
don't know.
he doesn't
You
have blue
know,
eyes for real.
no, he
Oh,
doesn't. Those are
Those weren't his.
contacts.
oh,
Those were contacts.
Yeah,
I
those are
didn't
contacts.
understand why his
oh.
character had blue eyes because the
I'm
thing is
trying to
like
think of Sidewinder in the Serpent Society.
you got a lot of very close ups in this
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
movie because you got a good close up of Sam,
Yeah.
And that's why I
Isaiah.
was like, why is he wearing these contacts?
It threw me
I
off
didn't
because I was
notice
just like,
that. That's
what is?
weird. I
I did because I know that's
I
not the
was
color of his
not paying
eyes.
attention.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
wasn't gazing lovingly into his eyes. Maybe I should have.
I'm
Oh,
a
I
QA
was.
engineer. I got to check everything out. And I was
Yeah,
like, what the
I
fuck
that
thought you
is
part
were,
that?
I
up
thought
and
you were,
down.
I thought you were blind like Stevie One, like Ray Charles. That's what it looked like.
And that's what as some black men get older, their eyes do tend to go like a grayish color.
Hmm.
And
My
at first, that's what
Yeah.
uncles,
I thought
yeah,
it was, but I was like, I was like, no, those are
them
because
shit's
we saw it in IMAX, so the screen was
Massive.
like, and I was like, oh no, those are not even good
hmm.
contacts.
Okay. Yeah, you see, I hadn't even noticed, man. I was just like, yo, Giancarlo is a mofo in here.
Yeah, he
He
did
was
have some great
good.
fight scenes.
He was
I was
really good.
I
I was
You
enjoyed
very
his
know,
surprised because
character.
that is an older gentleman.
yeah. I
He
thought
is
the
not a
fight
young
choreography,
man.
I thought the fight choreography was well done. Like it was well scripted. It fit, it matched. I love the fact that Sam punches don't have the impact as if you were got hit by Bucky or Steve. He is just
Correct.
a regular man. I love the fact that when he takes a hit, oh, it hurts. And it hurts
I did
bad.
like that too because he was like he let it be known. He's like, shit, I think I broke a rib. Like he was like,
Yeah. Well,
it
old boy
wasn't like
told him.
I'm super invincible. It wasn't like I
Mm-hmm.
can take all of these hits. Like he got stabbed and you actually like, like I'm gonna
Saw
have to
him
work through
wince.
this. And after the fact, he was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm
Because
done.
my
So
favorite, I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite lines in the whole movie is nope, nope, nope. Let's do this. I got shit to do today. I was like, okay, that's a black man right there. That's a
okay.
black man who was ready, who wanted to be done with the situation.
I
So
I
yeah.
appreciated them coming back to when him and uh Jim Carlo's character were talking. He was like,
Hmm.
"You really good because I've never seen anybody take a
An
stab
axe to
Take
the
two stabs,
yeah.
yeah.
right in
A
the
stab to
by
the gut.
axe." Because I saw that, I said, "So you good? Because you got stabbed a few times. And you still
Yeah.
fighting?" So I like that they brought that back to where it's just like, okay,
But I think he had we like he said, it
it
was
was something with
a
the kind of suit
carbon
he
mesh
had
weave.
on, right?
Yeah, the outfit he had on. He's like, yeah, man, I'm Captain America. I can't walk in these streets just chest out. I gotta protect myself. I don't
I
have
was
no
a little
serum in this
upset
blood.
that he was driving an electric truck, though. I was like, I don't like
I mean,
that.
oh, okay. America.
No.
He was
Yeah,
Only gas guzzlers in this here
that part.
country.
he
Like, you
was
driving a whole ass
conservative.
electric truck?
He was being conservative.
He was
Yeah,
being
no.
eco-friendly, Helaine.
No. Mm-mm,
You can't
no.
fight for America if America don't exist and it's a cesspool. Come on.
Sure you can.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, we've done it before, but
That
no,
part.
I think what they did with the fight choreography, not as top tier as Winter Soldier, but damn show close. Damn show
Uh,
close. Because for me, one of the best fights in Winter Soldier is that up close hand to hand combat between Steve and Bucky with the knife. And you see
yeah.
Bucky going in and dropping a knife and like letting it fall, picking it up to get different angles, like he Arya Stark going against the White Walkers. Um,
Yeah, talk that shit, Anthony.
well. No, 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 no.
Here come a
Because
hater.
Arya got that from who? What came first, motherfucker? We
I'm
no
not saying
chicken or the
no. I'm
egg.
uh
No. Because
I'm
you're not
not
gonna do it.
dogging
Now
it.
what you not gonna do,
Oh,
Ant,
excuse
is
me.
you're not gonna say
Oh
what
Lord, you
somebody
won't.
did like when we
All
know
right.
which one came first and which one
Oh,
is a greater
okay.
scene because Cap
You
versus Bucky is way greater than Arya
yes,
versus the
Arya
White
versus the
Walker.
White. I
So
was
we're
just
not doing that.
making
We're
a
not doing
funny
that no more.
little comparison,
But
but
I don't
it's
like the
just to
joke.
be
I don't
which
like the
one
joke.
shocked which
I
one
don't like the
shocked
joke.
viewers the most though?
Arya
Which one shocked
stabbing
you?
the White
No,
Walker.
no. The Winter Soldier people
Well,
still talk about that to this day. Nobody talking
no,
about
no,
Arya
no.
and them
She
no
said
more.
Nah,
shot,
not it. Yeah,
just
people
shot.
still talking about Arya stabbing the
Who
Night
is the people?
King.
Because I'm not the people.
Just because you're not the people don't mean the people ain't talking about it. That means you just not in there with the people.
I
You
am
Mommy,
the people.
outside.
daddy,
I am
You
the people's
outside with
champ.
Drake.
I
But
am
we
the
over
people's
here
mommy,
on
champ.
Game of Thrones
Anthony, I
and we
mommy,
hate
and
when
talking
the
daddy.
about it.
Anthony, I hate when our parents argue. I
I
don't like
know.
it.
All we
Like
wanted was pizza for dinner. Y'all don't
right.
have to fight.
I don't
We'll
like it
have the
when our
Brussels
parents
sprouts.
argue.
We'll eat the Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
No,
fuck
I
that
was just
breast
making
about
a
you
funny
eating shit. Go to
comparison.
bed.
Yes.
Mom, do you
Yeah.
still
I'm
love
sleep
Dad?
hungry.
It's just one of those things where, yes, Winter Soldier has the better knife fight
Here
off
we
the top.
go. Here we
But
go.
again, I was just making a comparison.
You
It's
wasn't wrong,
still dope.
Anthony.
He's real wrong.
But again, well, I mean, look, he sounded like a jilted lover. Let him have his moment.
Not during Black History Month, Anthony.
Yeah, you
No.
better recognize.
Damn
But
right.
again, with the fight choreography, it fit. The physics of the shield is still insane. You know, But if you watch
Man,
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you see why he can bing it off of people. He understands how to throw the shield now. So I look, it just worked, man. It worked for what it was. It worked. Now, Joaquin, Mr. Torres, you don't have vibranium, buddy. You knew
Is
better, but that
is
I was
he
just
gonna
leaving it
take
there.
the serum at some point? Because
In the comics, he kind of becomes a mutant.
really,
He becomes kind of a mutated, like a mutate, where he actually has wings and he can fly. It was something weird. I can't remember why they did it,
please don't go that way.
but no, just don't
Cool on. He just
don't
need to
go that way.
he just need to calm down in his jokes. Like he doesn't stop with trying to
Yeah,
tell a joke. And I'm just like, all right, bro, chill.
but I
Like
think it's also nervousness and him being young and
Honestly, I think
wanting to
it's just
be a
him being
part of the
young.
bigger thing. Because even when he met Isaiah, he was like, "Oh man, what are we doing? Physical therapy, blah 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 blah." And he's like
Like
Isaiah,
he
and then he
had jokes until he
realizes,
realized who he was, and then he was like, "Oh shit."
right? And then he had jokes, and when he finally realized that this is real, when he got blown up,
yo,
you know,
I didn't
when he
realize he
got
got
blown up,
that
But I
messed
think
up.
I
yeah,
I
think
like
that
the
nigga
bed
had,
I
scene a
think
lot.
that calmed him
mm,
down.
I
I
like
think
the
yeah.
that
bed
calmed
scene a
him
lot
down
though.
some.
I
You
mean, if
like
you
the
get
bed
blown out
scene?
the
Why
sky,
did you like the
you
bed
get
scene?
I like him on
they
his
were.
deathbed. I like that a lot.
I mean, they had a very good touching moment, but like when you get blown
Yeah,
out the sky,
mm-hmm.
it's got to be a humbling experience because there's no
Yeah,
way you're gonna get blown out the sky and your heart stops for
I
a
think
couple
that's
of
gonna calm. I
minutes.
think that calmed him down, and it's going to calm him down.
It
I
should
I
calm
bet you that little
anybody.
jokey side ain't gonna be as prevalent
he
in the
tried
next
at the
movie.
end. He
You know,
tried at the end.
was
He
was it not
kind of
like
made a little joke.
was it not like a Captain America callback? Him jumping on the bomb.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, he wanted to get the job done. He wanted to save the people, save his fellow soldiers. So yeah, yeah, it does feel like a callback. You're right.
Mm.
So, but that grenade wasn't live. That missile damn show.
Sam told him his ass got
Step back.
blown out the sky.
Yeah, step back.
But we get a reference to anti how do you say it?
Adamantium.
Yes.
Adamantium.
That caught me off
She was
guard.
like, "Yes."
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna try to bring that back. I
That
said,
metal.
Oh,
nah.
that bitch, the big bag bitch had already ruined that for me. So I ain't even get to see that in the movie.
What's the
Bo
Wait,
big
what?
the
bag?
hoe,
Some
Bo the
big.
hoe, Bo the
Oh.
hoe. I think he had already ruined that for me. So I had already
Oh,
seen that.
Bodemeo.
Bo the hoe. Yeah,
Oh, Bodaho. Oh, wow. Your
yeah.
Oh,
man.
HOE.
he
Your
Yeah.
man.
tweeted something?
Because he per usual, he everything that goes on over there, he's looking to trash it. So he was saying this was a cheap way for them to do it, and it's just a way for them to basically
How?
shit on X-Men.
What?
A
Mm,
way it's a way to them to shit on X-Men
But
and try
how
to
would it
bring
be
them
a
back to
cheap?
it, but
How would it
it's
be a
a cheap
cheap way for
grab.
them to do it though? Because like X-Men, the only reason that we think of adamantium with X-Men is
is
because of the way
Wolverine.
that the movie portrayed it for Wolverine. The comics
Hmm.
never really talked about where adamantium came from, and it
Oh,
wasn't
they
like
did.
it wasn't a mined material. It was like scientifically made. It
Yeah,
wasn't like,
it's
oh,
an
we just dug some shit up and waha, adamantium.
they were messing around with vibranium and mess with the composition and oops, holy crap, we've refined vibranium into this. So
It seems
adamantium
like,
is a
yeah.
refined offshoot
But it
of
seems like it was a
vibranium.
good way to introduce to like have a nod back to the Eternals, which and
Yeah,
you always want the movies to kind of coincide with each other. So it was a good nod to the Eternals, and then it was a good move forward to showcase what's going to eventually happen with the X-Men. So I don't think
right,
it was thrown in there, and it was something that was a good fight between the countries. Like you had to have a catalyst that was like going to start up um
Like a
the
war?
Avengers. You had
yeah,
to, yeah,
Oh,
you had to
right.
have something that was going to be such a big enough cataclysmic effect that it was like, oh, we have to get a team back together. And that, like,
right.
how can a war
Oh,
between us and another
other
nation not
countries.
be it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
need
this was
a peacekeeping unit now.
yeah. And then
You
on
know,
here I'm gonna just go into his tweet. Because I guess he retweeted this bullshit, but I seen it a long
Hmm.
time ago. It felt like it wasn't
Yeah.
yesterday. This motherfucker's like 19 hours ago. But uh, so the idea of Tiamat being the birthplace of animanium is a good idea by the virtue of it just being something that the MCU quote unquote owns, not that it advances the story or makes sense. The disdain for X-Men lore and comic reeks from Nate Moore. And I'm assuming that's
Mm.
the writer or director, possibly.
Nate Moore was one of the executive producers along with Kevin Feige. I think either this movie or the Thunderbolts is gonna be his last film with Marvel Studios because he's leaving to go and do his own thing.
Mm.
And he's the reason why we got Black Panther in the first place. So I'm just throwing that out there. So when they always talk about black men trying to take down other black men, here's where Bo versus his little shot at Nate. But again, Marvel doesn't have to do anything they don't want to do. That's what people don't understand. If you want to make it comic book accurate, you'd have to do the whole scientist fooling around with vibranium and, oh, this is a weird looking metal. What is this? Oh, it's super strong and blah, 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 blah. Or you take that big ass island because celestials are made of cosmic entities. They're literally everything the universe is made of. Oh, we found this weird metal coming out of it inside the body. What is this? That's fine. That's okay. But I get it. I understand why he's upset. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. But at the end of the day, you got to start paying attention at some of the things you might have done to cause these people to let you go.
Mm.
And I'm not saying it as being ugly towards Bordermail. I think what he did with
Be
X-Men
ugly towards that
97,
bitch. Be ugly towards that bitch ass nigga, please.
it's a work of
Mm.
art. I love what he did with 97, but at the end of the day, he needs to just like pump your brakes, bro. I'm just saying it for me. I could be bitter about losing my job. I lost my job. I could be talking top cash shit about the owner. I could be talking all kind of madness about the people I work with. The funny thing is, I really like the people I worked with. I never met the owner, so I ain't got nothing to tell him.
It seems like
You
just to
know,
stay relevant. Anytime the
yeah.
MCU has a project that's dropping, it's something. And I'm glad I didn't see him retweet none of that, Jason. I haven't liked any of his tweets in a while because he don't be dropping his shirtless
Or
stuff no more. But
Jazz. Oh yeah. Oh, right. He ain't doing his hotels no more. Or
he was there for a reason.
go to DC.
Please no.
Go to D.
Keep
No,
him
no,
away
no.
from
But
you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you are that great and people really love what you did,
But it might be
Warner
because
Brothers would be picking up the phone.
he's not, it seems like he might not be very good to work with. Having
And that's what a
somebody
lot
that
of
is
people saying.
creative, having somebody that
Mm-hmm.
just brings so much to it, it's just like that's all great. You have an amazing talent. But working with you
Is a pain in
is
the ass.
terrible and a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. And seeing how things happen after the whole issues with MCU, him tweeting, "Oh, I'm gonna tell my real story on my OnlyFans. If you ain't gonna be naked, have your dick out. I'm not. I don't give a fuck."
Oh,
But
okay, Jazz.
I'm just saying.
Stipulations. Got it.
But it's just other companies will look at that and be like, "He's not worth the trouble,"
Yeah,
because you bring extra baggage with you.
exactly.
So, I mean, he's
Oh,
just
boo.
taking food off his own plate.
Yeah.
So
I guess he didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show because he didn't hear Uncle Sam ask, "Do you really know how to play the game?" Then tighten up.
that part.
You
But
ain't Kendrick, bro.
Helaine, how did you feel about Red Hulk? And do you feel like we did not get enough of Red Hulk?
Um, at first I thought we did not get enough of Red Hulk, but this is not a Hulk movie. So it's a Cap movie. Um, could we have had a little more? Possibly. Um, eh, they spent a lot of time on some of the backstories, which I appreciate because, like I said, I had not seen Hulk in a while. So I'm not mad if they spend a little extra time on the backstories, but for the portion of Hulk we got, it was relative and it was meaningful to me, I believe. Um, the part that was kind of like I mean, and it was a good nod to like Banner and Black Widow with the, the sun is coming down, let me talk you out of Hulk. Um, because I kind of like the fact that Cap was getting his ass whooped. It was like
Mhm.
it shows like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a super soldier, and the Hulk is fucking me up right now. But all in all, we could have done with a little bit more Red Hulk, but I think anymore he would have like completely demolished DC. So, you know,
I
maybe
mean,
not.
that's already happening in real life, so be it.
Well,
Art
Yeah,
imitates life.
this is true.
that's
He's
true.
Just
just
a
an
little
orange Hulk.
more.
He's just an
Just
orange
a
Hulk
little
in real
more.
life.
Right.
He's just an orange Hulk in real life.
More of an
Right.
incredible bulk or an insufferable bulk, not too much incredible.
At
So,
all.
Anthony, do you think because I think we probably got the Hulk a nice amount of him in the like possibly the last 30 minutes of the
hmm
movie.
yeah, in the last act. Yeah.
Do you think if they would not have revealed Red Hulk in this movie in any of the trailers, because what as I was watching this movie, I was just like, okay, Hulk is because I think the movie is a little less than 2 hours. You got about
Mhm.
20,
Yeah.
25 minutes of the Red Hulk, which
Yeah.
hmm
means he wasn't in it that much. And I'm
hmm
wondering, like, could they have sold this movie without ever mentioning Red Hulk and it
Yes.
still be successful? It still get
Uh-huh.
the attention that it needed, and viewers see it and get that reveal in the theater.
Um, I want to say yes, but I think it probably wouldn't have worked as well as we would have wanted it to be because of all the stories that constantly kept coming out about production. And
Mm-hmm.
then the stories about the reshoots, and then the stories about the budget. Now, I think with the first teaser trailer that they did, where you see that big ass red leg and the shield just falling, being thrown into the ground, that should have been it. Bring your ass February 14th and you gonna see something.
I
Um,
think they should have teased it like I think they shouldn't have done anything, and we would have been just as surprised with how we were surprised with Deadpool and Wolverine when we saw Elektra and
Blade and Gambit.
Blade and
right,
Gambit. Like they should like it
right.
shouldn't even been you shouldn't have even brought it like I
Well, but
wouldn't have
then
even needed to see it. Maybe if you want to tease something, let me see that red eye and then that's it. Leave it at that. I don't need to see nothing
yeah,
else because then it just gives you the speculation like, well, is he gonna turn fully? Is he not? Is he just gonna like get pissed and his eyes are gonna turn? Like just but to have like we knew it was coming. The teasers that are now on YouTube, even before the movie came out,
yeah,
those
he's
previews is damn near the
mm-hmm,
whole movie. Let's be real.
right. And that's my thing. I think in Marvel's case, I think they were like, yo, we really gotta we got here's a sexual term, we gotta blow our load now and get the money shots right now and show people, hey, this is in the movie. This isn't a fake cut like they were good for back in the day. In the trailers where they would put some scenes and then it was never what it was supposed to be. It always threw you off. Um, when he transformed, I was actually more excited about the battleship scene when Stearns was really getting at him
Yeah, I
and
thought he was gonna
saying,
transform inside the ship and
"Oh,
just fuck
that
it
would have
all
been
up.
dope as hell." Just
I did
just
too.
everybody gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna transform there because when they showed him and he opened his eyes and they were red, and you see him holding on to this piping and it's starting to bend, like bend in his hands. I was like, oh wait, we gonna get the Hulk in the water. All right, Red Hulk, let's go. Now we gonna see, oh shit, how do we spin this to the American public? But once we got to the actual thing that was in the trailer, I was still excited,
I'm
because the way you know why? Because the way they did his transformation, if you hear it, it is gross. It
I,
felt like I was like looking at Immortal Hulk. When you show the trailer, you hear the bones breaking, and they're coming back. This is from the Ed Norton Hulk when when Samuel did his experiment on him, and they were
yeah.
showing like the bone, like his shoulder break, like snapping and then pushing out and then reforming, and his legs popping and things like that. I was like, ooh,
I
this is
wish
nice.
I wish they didn't show us that much.
Yeah, they
Like
gave too much.
when they got to that scene, I was like, okay,
Hmm.
it's coming. What's gonna
Yeah.
trigger him to get upset? I hate that I was expecting something to happen before it
Hmm.
happened due to the trailer.
Although I do like the trigger though, because it wasn't the
The
song.
it was fire. It
It
was
was just
fire.
Samuel talking his shit. Hey man, he played that recording of them on the phone, and the press and the stress and everything, because there was always alluding to it, like when they were bringing up the whole thing about war with Japan, and he's in his little room and he slams the table and you hear the marble crack,
Right.
and I'm like, did
A
nobody
regular,
notice
a
this
regular
man
nigga
just
can't, a regular person can't just crack marble, not like
right?
that.
They seemed kind of cool that he did that. They was just like, oh, all
They were
right,
like,
whatever.
oh wait, what?
I'd have been
He's
like,
you know
at 90 years old. He good.
yeah, that man got that, he must have adamantium in his fingers.
yeah, no, that's not normal, right?
Yeah,
That's
like
not normal.
something ain't right. He's losing it. But no, I was good. I'm not trying to make it like, oh, this was it. I really was good with this. I was okay. They gave way too much in the trailers. That is
Yeah.
true. But to see it in the theater, it have the sound, and just seeing it, and the fact that props to the effects people, because this is, to me, is the best looking Hulk they've had in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
I
Red Hulk
love
looked amazing.
he looked great. I absolutely love the fight between him and Sam because it reminded me of Banner and Iron Man in Age of Ultron.
It reminded me
Now,
more of Thor and Hulk in Avengers. Because remember, because for me, it was the throwing of everything. Yes, the Hulk. And the reason why I say it is because there was no Hulkbuster armor.
mhm,
Thor, yes, he's a god.
I
He didn't,
got you.
all
Yeah.
he had was the hammer. Sam, all he had was the shield and his wings. So it just felt a lot more intense to me. To
yeah,
me.
During that
yeah.
scene, I was like, does anybody have the technology from Tony? Does anybody have that? Because who's about to be trying
Where's
to deal with
Friday?
Them man's about to pop that nigga head like a
he?
cork. That's
Yeah.
it, bro.
But for
Yeah,
me, the way he ended it, that was dope as hell though. Cause I was in the theater, and when it happened, I went, God damn. And everybody they started laughing. Cause I wasn't expecting Sam to go that route, but that was one of the coolest moves. And I do love the little bit of comedy after, Sam, are you okay? Oh Lord, tell me that did it. Tell me he
and
did,
it
and then
didn't.
it didn't. Oh man. I was like, yes,
I was
this
ready
is what.
for another fight, but then he end up
Oh,
It wasn't
was
gonna be no
able
more fighting. If he
it
was
was
fighting
gonna be no
some
more
more, they gonna
fighting.
kill. He gonna kill
right.
everybody on there, bro.
But he
The sun
basically
is
was
getting real low, big guy.
right. He was able to beat him the same way that America Chavez was able to beat Wanda. Oh, your kids wouldn't want you doing this. Oh, your daughter
Yeah.
wouldn't want you doing this and all that shit. And I'm just like, all right.
But
So
you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
no, you
It
get
makes more sense on how Sam did it than America and Black Widow, because Sam, his whole thing is about therapy.
Making
And he used to do, yeah, he used to have
medicine.
those therapy
Yeah.
group sessions with other soldiers. So
that's
this
true.
is two soldiers talking, well, one soldier trying to bring another soldier down from whatever PTSD he's gone through. I thought that worked perfectly, and it made sense because Sam is a talker. Even when what you call it, they were fighting him and Sidewinder. And Sidewinder said, yeah, the buyer said it would be a 77% chance you try to talk me down from this. And he just went, that ain't happening. Here's a gunshot. So I thought it worked perfectly because it made sense. Because that's how Sam and Cap became good friends,
That's true.
because they understood where both of them came from. They're both soldiers. They both were in the military. They know the pressures of being an American soldier. I thought it was, I thought that moment right there was like, yo, this is dope. And the fact that the cherry blossom leaves would burn
Yeah.
on his skin. And one lady in front of me went, well, that one didn't burn. And I guess it was her husband. He was like, yeah, that one didn't burn. And me being the damn nerd I am, that's because he's calming down. Red Hulk, when the angrier he gets, the hotter he becomes. because he's emitting radioactive energy, like he's emitting heat. And I said, he's calming down. That's a good thing. And she's like, I never thought about that. Why
That's why
wouldn't he? And then I say, that's why you got to watch a movie more.
that's I mean, that's why you gotta have a nerd in every row when you go to the movies. Just in case you like,
Nah,
why am I seeing it?
I would have cussed it. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Let me.
And you say that, then you be
Hey,
sitting there like, oh shit, he right though.
but be glad I didn't do my old school thing. You dumb bitch. Do you not read comics? But
That's it.
again,
Oh
I've
no,
gotten
I was
older.
sitting next to this lady that was asking her husband, like every time somebody popped up on the screen, she's like, and who was
Who's
that?
that?
Who was that?
Oh my
Who is that?
God.
I told you, I was like, switch seats with me. I can't. I need you to
I
switch
feel
seats.
bad for every geek nerd fan that's going out there to see this movie
With
that's
casual
dating
To,
viewers.
somebody that
today with
has
a girl that don't know nothing
no
about it. Yeah.
no context and she's just asking every question.
You
Who's that
I
think
big red motherfucker?
you
yeah.
think niggas took you think niggas took you think nerds took a date to go see
I
this
See,
movie?
I think yeah.
Oh,
you know what?
yes.
I asked this question last
The
night to
nerds and the
somebody,
nerdettes are
Hell,
and he was
dating.
like, definitely. And I was like, I don't know. I
Jason,
don't
we
know.
Ivy has been on the podcast and mentioned multiple times where
Ivy
he
Nate,
would
he dates nerds. You think the nigga ain't dating nerds?
they look. I feel like he
That's
mentioned that
why
they
it
be
don't work.
asking questions.
They be
Oh,
musty together. It's just too
I've
much
I've
funk.
gone I've
did you
I've
say that's why
taken
they don't work?
Wow.
I've gone on dates with
Oh my
women
God.
who aren't comic book nerds or who aren't into it. And by the time the movie is over, I'm either getting hugged and kissed on some other things, but they have a very good knowledge of the
Yeah.
MCU.
This
Talk
old
your
So
shit.
you old freak ass
Nasty
nigga,
ass.
man. Get out of there. See, if you was real freak, you wouldn't even make it to the movies, nigga. How about that?
But
Oh
you
no,
gotta go see it.
he
mind
still
your
wants to see
business.
the
I
movie.
still want to see the
You
movie.
gotta
What
see the
is what
movie.
is your problem?
Right.
That's
Priorities
why I
need
go.
to be
That's
He's
why
a
right.
I
he's a
go
nerd
alone.
first,
I
then
go
the
alone. See, y'all, I'm a freak ass nigga first, then a nerd. Yeah, I got it. I'm
Oh,
not a
okay.
freak
I
ass
mean, look,
nerd. It's a little
I
different.
prioritize
Ah,
differently.
You
I
gotta
gotta
mix them
watch my
together.
shit
you're right.
inducingly,
right.
you know.
Titties, the Hulk.
Hey, look,
That's a wild comparison.
Hulk got me to titties.
You gotta grab one while you watching the Hulk.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
because I promise you. Well, if the movie getting good though, I'm hitting. I'm like,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
kind of
hey,
side.
Sucking toes while watching a Marvel movie.
hey.
Hey man,
Things can happen.
listen. A lot of things can happen.
Hey, Jason,
Put the butter
broaden your
down my leg.
horizons,
Put the
man.
put the butter down my leg. Put the butter down my leg.
Oh shit, they fighting now. They fighting. Ooh, the butter. God, it's going. All right, but anyway,
Kick this nigga in
Jason.
the face. Kick
Oh,
this
what
nigga in the
the
head.
hell are y'all watching, man? Leonard Part
Right.
6? What is
Hmm.
What?
wrong with you people?
Jason, what did you think about the leader, aka Samuel Stearns?
What was your question?
What did you think about the leader?
Oh, it's not the thinker? That must
The
be
leader.
that's DC.
The leader.
Okay. Okay, God, that's DC. My bad.
Ooh, boy,
I
go over
fuck,
there with that
fuck.
trash.
Hey, don't get the fuck out of here. I really I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed him in here because he was um I didn't like the end credit, but
Hmm.
I enjoyed him in the movie, what his motivations of it, because he had been I'm also kind of on the fence with not necessarily them, but they keep making the villains where it's like I get why the nigga was tripping, like the nigga like you sold this nigga alive for 20 years damn near,
Yeah.
of when he's gonna come home, and he of course he done concocted a plan to get you calm. This nigga over here killing you, not killing you, but he's keeping you safe at the same exact time. But it's something that's going to at some point he's gonna be like, this is my
Hmm.
contingency plan in case. So it's like if you never did, would it have happened no matter what in that moment type of thing? Or was it just like a
But if he's the leader and he can figure out all these probabilities, he knew he wasn't gonna keep his end of the bargain.
yeah, the probability of him keeping up with his son? Because I mean, just based on who
Well,
it is, and I guess the
right.
theme of him the entire time was he's a changed man, and his thing was the nigga is not changed. He's the same exact
Yeah.
person, and
He's
I'm
the
gonna prove it
monster.
to
He
you.
And
really is a monster, and I'm gonna
but
prove it. Yeah, you're right,
that's why they
Jason.
said the dosages kept getting higher over time as well of
Yeah.
those pills. So
And
I
but
like he literally told him, he's like, he's basically the motherfucker is basically Doctor Strange. Like he's like, I have seen all the probabilities. He's like you were saying, Giancarlo Esposito's character was like, he told me it was 77% chance that you would try to talk me down. He's already worked out the probabilities that nah, oh boy ain't changed. So let me
yeah.
poison him slowly but surely, like he was running the long game for real.
Oh yeah.
And
Hmm.
I think, and it
18
seemed
years
like
of it.
if he had actually not gotten the probabilities correct and oh boy had done what he was supposed to do, he may not have had to deal with the gamma rays. But as he knew he wasn't going to do
Hmm.
right and was going to keep him locked up. So you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Well, and the thing is, it's all from comic books, even in the movies. General Ross has always been very myopic in the way he does things. He is very, very, tunnel vision. The Hulk is that is all. I don't care who I hurt. I don't care what gets destroyed. I am going to take back what was supposed to be mine, which was the Hulk itself. You mess with the super soldier serum. I want that research. You are property of the United States military, and that is it. Game over. And Samuel Stearns, because he got infected with Hulk blood, is owned by the United States military. So yeah, he's not gonna he was never gonna change. I think now he has, now that his ass is in the raft
He locked
and
up.
he
I
locked
don't,
up.
I
He's
don't,
Akon now.
oh, you said
He might
Ross? You
bring
think Ross is going to change?
oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Ross will change. Yeah.
Oh, Ross is going to change. No, not the leader. Oh no, the
Especially
leader
since
is
his daughter, and I was a little pissed about the daughter. I was like, bitch, if I was Ross, I'd be like, bitch, you ain't came see me in all this time, but you want to come see me when I'm locked up now? Take your ass on somewhere. But I mean, I get it, sort
but
of.
wouldn't it have been
But
cool if he'd have just broke out into Akon? I'm locked up, won't let me out. No. I
Now,
mean,
in a spoof film,
or
that would
Life
be great.
Jennings.
right.
Or Life
But,
Jennings.
but
And the next Keenan Ivory Wayans film that's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
you got to
Or
have
they could,
something from Marvel in the new scary movie that's dropping
yeah,
next
they're gonna
year.
have to clown. They're gonna
Has
have to
to.
clown. But yeah, I thought that was actually pretty cool. I love how they did the leader. I like the look. At first, I was like,
His
oh, why
head
didn't
seemed
they
a
give
bit
him the look?
small though, Anthony. Because when I
Yeah, but
saw
if
him,
you
I was
notice,
like,
it's
It was like a
shit.
all a brain.
brain. It's
It's
all
just brain.
brain.
Right.
And now
That's a
there's
big
different
brain.
versions. It all depends on who draws the leader. Sometimes his head is
Like
straight up.
bulbous.
Hmm.
Sometimes
Other
it's
times it's
bulbous.
Like Wayne
bulbous.
head.
Yeah, sometimes it's big and round, other times it's long. It just depends on who's writing it. But what I like was they really did take um what I forgot who was it? Was it Doc Samson in the comics or Rick Jones that called them cabbage head? They
Hmm.
kind of took the cabbage head look and a little bit of what they did in the Ultimates version of the leader, where his head was so huge he had to have a halo and he couldn't walk because of the size of his head, so he was in a wheelchair, and I thought that was a pretty good design on him.
Have you
You know,
seen The Hills Have Eyes? The first
hmm
movie?
yeah,
You remember the one that was in a wheelchair and his head was big as shit when he went to go try to save his family?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I thought of when you were
the leader,
describing. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's where they kind of got the look for the leader in the Ultimates universe.
That was suck.
And it's supposed to be a curse more than a blessing. That's the whole thing about the Hulk is it's not about, oh man, I got all these superpowers and I'm a damn hero. No, this is a curse. This is Prometheus. It's the story of Prometheus. Oh, I got all this. That's the leader's whole thing. I got all this power now, and I could make the world a better place. And look what happened. You know,
Yeah.
you fucked up, Sam. You fucked up
Right.
big time. You created the abomination, which wasn't on fault of his own. Blonsky popped the shit out of him and told him, "You give me what he had." And now you created a Red Hulk. Now you just out here just creating Hulks for no reason.
It's a red one. But I think there's
So red.
speculation that we're gonna get Planet Hulk or a battle of
World War Hulk. I
yes.
I I think we'll
So
get more World War than Planet. Um, I'd love to see World War Hulk. Ooh man, it's like a tongue twister. Uh,
it's Valentine's Day.
but
Use that tongue, Anthony.
okay, madam. Put your twat in ice. Calm down.
He
Um,
said, "Put your twat in ice."
I really would if
Put
they
some ice,
do it.
ice on the twat.
Please redesign She-Hulk.
You don't like the
Why?
design?
Tatiana Maslany too skinny. Too skinny.
She got a swole a little bit. She got
No, she a
arms.
little swole. No, I don't want what they did with Battle of the War of the Realms, where she's bowed up, like looks like the Hulk. I would like it more of what they did in the John Byrne era up till Sensational Hulk. When they brought it back and she did the Law Thing, which is the show what the show
Mm.
is based on. But she had more like a fitness model
You want her to,
physique,
oh, I was gonna say you want her
not
to look like
bodybuilder,
China?
not first China, not brick wall China, but
Yeah.
China when she came back after the plastic surgery. You don't have to
Oh,
give her big
okay.
tits or anything, but
Yeah.
there's muscle definition.
Oh, you want her to look
Like
like
she's
Jade
a little bigger.
Cargill.
There we go. Bam, bam, goddess, Nubian goddess.
Okay.
That's the She-Hulk I want. And I know they kept saying, oh, well, they didn't want it to be too bulky, but I'm like, look at fitness models. That would have given you a really
Hmm.
good um
Like example to go off
example
of.
to
Yeah.
go off of, like for a body example.
Yeah.
We know Harrison Ford not jacked up like that.
Hell
So
no.
y'all obviously had to look because we saw at the end when he went down, he was looking like Steve Rogers at the beginning of First Avenger.
He
I thought he
was.
was about to die once he went back
Yeah,
to regular human form.
because that
But
transformation should have put some like a hurt on him,
yeah.
you know.
But,
And now that he's a Hulk, he may not have the heart condition anymore because that's one of the things about
right.
being gamma radiated. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll
I'm
see how
curious.
far it goes.
I'm definitely curious what we'll see with the Hulks. Helaine, how did you feel about the character? What is it? Sabra? She was a like the special agent. I thought she was a
Yeah.
villain the entire time, but
Oh, the
she
Hmm.
the the Black Widow. They're Black Widow
yes, yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I knew something was up with her when it came to when they were in the White House and the
Hmm.
shots rang out and they kind of focused on her looking at Sam. And I was like, who is this? Like, why are they focused on her? And then come to find out, okay, she's the head of, the White House security team or whatever.
Hmm.
She was cool. I'm glad she wasn't for what she was and for the time we saw her, it wasn't bad. It was like she was stern and then she kind of was like, let me figure some things out. She wasn't so blinded by what was
Hmm.
going on that she was unreasonable, which is good to see. Because a lot of times you either get that I'm going to be completely unreasonable and not listen, or you're going to be a pansy ass. And she was a nice kind of go between I'm not going to be
Yeah.
that unreasonable. I'm going to listen to logic and I'm going to pay
Hmm.
attention. And I think that comes with her being, you know, how she was like brought up in the red room. I think she was like, we have to pay attention to the details type situation. So no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for what she was, and the fact that she tried to jump on Bucky for a hot second was kind of good. I ain't mad at that at all.
Her height was throwing me off. I'm not gonna lie,
She
I'm
Yeah.
was
be
She's
honest.
very
tiny.
small.
She's
She
She's
is
tiny.
little.
so small.
She's a little stick of dynamite.
And every time I saw her
That
when she
part.
was walking beside somebody else, I said, damn, this girl is small.
Yeah, she's
How did you
little.
make it? But then the red room, keep in
Hey,
mind,
I'm
it's
curious,
infiltration and things of that nature. So
but then you
yeah.
kind of see things being like webs being created because you have Elena, who's in Thunderbolts, who was also
hmm
in the Red Room.
Hmm.
So you see the connection there as well. So I'm curious if they got to bring this girl back.
Hmm.
It just seems like it's unfortunate for you not to bring her back, especially that she was a widow.
Don't Sharon Carter her.
I think Sharon has to come back. She has
Sharon gonna
to.
come back.
Bring that
She
girl back home. And also, but she's also, yeah. Did y'all talk about that, the Israeli stuff for her?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the
Comic book wise,
she's
she's an
one of the
Israeli. Yeah. Is Sabra was Israel's answer for a superhero. If and the controversy that came from that, oh dear, with everything that's been going on in Gaza, Marvel took some hits on that for
yeah.
bringing that character in. I like how they. This is a very grounded as Marvel movie. This is grounded. So they were the only really powered up people that were in it were Samuel Stearns, the president, and Bucky. Everybody else,
Yeah, that's
regular,
true.
degular humans. That's it. You know. But yeah, I like Sabra. I like old girl that portrayed her. I don't know if she's got controversy with everything that's going on, but I like how she portrayed him.
I feel like I've seen
Yeah.
people saying giving comments on socials, but
Mhm.
they're gonna always have an issue with something. So it's just like it is what
You
it
ever seen
is.
the movie? Was it Murder at 1600
Yes,
with
with Wesley
Wesley?
Snipes. Yep.
That's
And
what that
Diane
kind of
Lane.
felt like. Yeah, this felt like Murder at 1600.
I can see
Nobody
that.
died, but and it wasn't it the president? The president was doing the dirty deed, if I remember
So
right.
I
Spoiler
think
for a 20-plus-year-old movie,
it
y'all.
wasn't. He had no idea what was going on. It
Oh
was
no,
somebody
okay.
close to him
It
over
was
here
somebody
dropping
in his
bodies.
administration, in
Yes.
his cabinet. They were the killer. Yeah, there we go. Because
Yeah.
maybe I'm mixing up my movies. Which one where they had the president was getting his freak on and hitting the chick from the back and the woman died? Was that Murder at 1600?
Are you talking about the general's daughter?
Was that the general's daughter?
I
There's
General.
don't
been
know.
some, yeah, but again,
Right.
it
My
was a
bad.
good political
Look,
murder mystery.
Anthony brought up 90s thrillers, who done it? Oh my God. Yeah,
So,
that's my
well, and
bad.
that's my daddy's fault. I used to watch those with my dad, and he like, man, that watch what happens. I'm like, okay, spoiler,
Love
sir.
love those. But
Yeah, but this was good, man. I I
yeah.
I I can understand people have their opinions, and like assholes, we all have them, and they
Ooh,
stink sometimes.
ooh,
But sometimes
mm.
I think it's, you know what it is? It's the compare and contrast. Oh, you're not like Chris Evans. You're not carrying, you don't have the aura of Chris Evans. He's not supposed to have the aura of Chris Evans.
I feel
Steve Rogers is a hero, period. He is an archetype hero. He is square jawed, boom, boom, boom. He doesn't question as much. He goes in and he fights. Sam is a man from, if you go from the comic books, Sam was a pimp. I'm just throwing it out there. The original Sam Wilson story, but thank goodness they revamped it. Sam is a regular man just trying to do the right thing.
I mean,
And
Steve Rogers was flawed too.
yeah, he was
Like you
flawed,
do
but
you do that whole him knowing that Bucky killed Tony's family, even though a lot of people still have that debate on who was wrong and right
mm-hmm,
in Civil War. Me and Jason go back and forth at least every other year about that.
yeah,
But I just I feel like if you try to go into this movie thinking you're going to get the same mannerisms, the same attitude that you got with Steve Rogers looking at Sam, I feel like it's a terrible comparison to make,
yeah,
especially if you've
you're
seen the show. Because Sam
right,
already let you know the kind of position that his character is in, being a black man wearing that shield. And
yeah.
I love that he was getting the respect in the beginning of this movie. People like, hey, what's up, Cap? He out about doing
Mhm.
his thing because he was
Yeah,
struggling
it's
in the
on the
show.
house. Yeah, he was broke.
He was broke. And you sitting here like, okay, so I'm working for the country, I'm helping, and I'm struggling to pay bills. That's insane.
Right. I'm
But
gonna lose my
That nigga,
family's
that nigga rich now. Look at that nigga
did
all
you see his
secret
crib?
agents.
Said, well,
yeah.
damn, okay. That's the
Oh
one you
no,
hit up like, oh, hey, stranger.
the government. Oh no, that's yeah, like them women. What you doing, big head?
Right.
You know. No, I mean, again, there's benefits, but what I do like is that he is not going against his values on how he
Right.
sees the world. Like he told Ross. And what if we have a disagreement? You want to bring back the Avengers, and it's not the Avengers really to protect the world. It's really to for the best invested interest for America.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it as the Avengers are here for the world. They're really here to kind of showcase America.
But they
And
be
that's the
all around.
problem we have.
But they be all around. Like the Avengers aren't just for America.
Right. They're for the world. They're supposed to
Right.
stop world threatening, world ending threats.
Yeah.
But Ross's head is about American exceptionalism and American strength. Because remember, look how he was telling his aides. They see me as being weak when he told old girl, I
Yeah.
gotta get out of this bunker. They are seeing me as weak. I gotta show I don't play them games.
I mean, they was throwing shade at him. They was just like, you still in your bunker.
Yeah.
And you look at today, like Trump getting cussed out by a 4-year-old.
You are not the president. I need you to shush.
I would have choked that little baby out. Not in my
You know
Oval
what?
Office. Oh,
You know,
sorry.
sometimes babies tell the truth.
Listen.
They tell the truth. It may not be what you want to hear, but
He
it's
just
something
sat
you gonna
there.
hear.
He was just
Yeah.
like, maybe ain't nobody hear him. No,
And
we
you ever
did.
notice how when he gets a little flustered, his lips like they perch, and then it looks like a clenched butthole. Like
I haven't.
Trump has
But
butthole lips. Like it's very weird. It's very weird. I can't trust the
but
dude who does that, who
Nigga
has that.
saying buttholes everywhere. It's
they
crazy. Anthony, you sick.
they
Yeah, well,
they
it's a whole
brought
lot of
up
shit out there, Jason. Keep your
they
third eye open, bro.
speaking of third eye, they brought up Sam trying to get the Avengers back together.
Mm-hmm.
Or trying to, I guess, get a
Bring them
new
back
set of
together.
or a new
Yeah,
set of Avengers because half of them are dead or retired.
they're
Jason,
old.
you didn't. How do you feel about Ross bringing this to Sam?
You know, he said he was kind of questioning. I hate that baby girl was falling for that bullshit that the president was selling.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a play, it was definitely a play to try to get them and put them on the leash. It wasn't something to allow them to. And you see, just like America, how quick he threw his ass to the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, like 5 minutes later, he was like, "Yeah, nah, that shit done, nigga. I'm done. Nah, we done with that. We going my way about this shit, my boy." And he was like, bro. Then and Sam, per usual, he did the task, did the do. He figured out everything. He went back to him, like, bro, I understand you got whatever you got going on, but we gotta work together. I got you. And it was like, bro, no, beat that nigga ass. Do something. Turn up on this nigga a little bit. Like, snatch this nigga up, yoke him
Mm-hmm.
up, slam him against the desk. He might turn to the Hulk, but goddamn it, do something. Don't just let the nigga punk you.
But
So
again, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jazz.
now I was so you feel like Sam did not stand up enough in those situations because I agree with you when Ross was just like, nah, you out of here. Your
I
homeboy just tried to kill me and he talking to Sam any kind of way when 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes earlier you was over here trying
It
to have
wasn't
me
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's
17. It was the
Man,
same day.
it was the next fucking scene. He said, "Oh, nah, we done, nigga."
Did you call
after he
Sam a
ran
bitch in your
after him.
mind in that scene,
Oh,
Jason?
I
I
ca-
called
I
him a
ca-
he called him a boy.
I called him a bitch when he went back to him on that boat, and he was like, "Look here, sir." I was like, "Oh, this nigga here, man." I wanted him to
Sir.
check him. I wanted
He's
him to
still
check
a
him.
soldier. He can't check him. He's still at the end of the
He don't
day,
have to
Sam
fight
is
him, but
still
he
a
can. He don't have to.
soldier and
Man,
Sam
Cap.
is still Captain America.
Steve won't
mhm.
let the nigga handle him that way. I promise you,
Well,
Steve won't allow him to handle
Steve
him
is
that
not
way.
Sam. And
That's
well,
my
Steve
and
did not
problem. That's my problem.
Steve never had to deal with being, first of all, a black
Diplomacy.
man. And then Steve's military was totally different than Sam's military experience, completely and utterly different. Sam's military experience meant he actually had to go up through the ranks. Steve's military experience was, let me take this drink and I'm instantly a captain.
the thing is too.
He never had to go through the ranks of
Mhm.
leveling up throughout the ranks of the military. It was, I'm Captain America, look at me, I'm big shit.
Well, he was actually a joke in the first part because look at all the
That
show
part.
tunes he had to do and sell war bonds. But Steve, Steve is from once again, he was a man lost in time. Back then, when the president speaks, you do. Even when we get to Winter Soldier, then Civil War, Steve was still, Steve was questioning. Steve was starting to question the way things were. It was no longer black and white. He finally started to see those shades of gray. Sam has lived in those shades. Sam walks in those shades. It's never going to be black or white for him. He has to, sometimes, again, he's got to play the game. Sometimes he has to play the game. And even when he goes back to Ross on the ship and says, "Look, man, we got to work together to stop this." In the back of Sam's mind, he's like, "Man, I want to. I really, if a punch could make him understand me, I'd do it. But this ain't the time. And right now, we have a bigger responsibility, and that is to stop the beginning of an actual world war. You know, we ain't got time to play these little games. I get it. You're living in this world where you have to show dominance and authority. I'm not playing that. Let's stop this. Then you can go back to being, Thunderbolt. So yeah, sure. We can say what's his name, stand down, or he kind of cooked up and he got a stern talking to him. He was treated as a boy and not as a man. But that's because
No,
that's
he
how
was
this
treated as a
country's been.
soldier. He was treated as a soldier, and that's what he is at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's the stand down, but I'm talking about people who don't understand that. They may see it as just this situation of here's an old white man telling a young black man that you a boy and you need to stand down. I'm the law here. I am this, that, and the other. Yeah, it can be read in many ways. But at the end of the day, you're right. Sam is a soldier. He knows, that this is the commander in chief. So he's got to, may have to take the bass out his voice for a quick second. But you see what happened at the end of the day? Sam got him to understand and they stopped. You know,
Do you
it
think
worked
that's
out in his favor.
do you think that's what Nelly went through before the performance that he did?
No, girl. No, 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 no.
Fuck Nelly Mo.
You know what? Props to Janelle Monae. She understood the assignment. Yeah, we gonna sing hot in here, and I'm still gonna curse you out in your face. So props. No, Sam
Nigga.
did. Sam did not have a Nelly moment, and Nelly damn sure didn't have a Sam moment. We gotta respect the office, cause I can respect the office. I ain't got to respect the motherfucker sitting in it.
Nah,
It's a nice office, but the person sitting in it is a piece of shit.
and using it to their advantage and not helping their people.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I will say it's very interesting. And as I was watching this last scene of Sam go toe to toe with Red Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
it's just him.
Yeah.
No
Not an
super
Avenger,
serum
no
and
way.
any of that. But then you
Mm-hmm.
have Thunderbolts coming out in about 4 to 5 months. Bucky has an
Right.
entire team.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess because like when I think about when Thunderbolts is dropping, and then of course Cap 4, I'm like, okay, damn, Sam is like solo. He ain't got really anybody with him. He ain't got no old Avengers. He ain't got Ant-Man. They ain't got Doctor Strange, none of that.
Nope.
And Bucky has a bunch of past villains that were able to survive to help him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious with what we saw in Cap 4. I feel like there's going to be, of course, a bit setup that we saw in this that we will probably see going into Thunderbolts. Do y'all
Right.
have any type of expectations, or did this movie get you excited for Thunderbolts? I'm gonna go to you first with this question, Helaine. Like with seeing this, were you just like, okay, definitely ready to see what is gonna happen with Bucky and the Thunderbolts this summer?
And when I saw Bucky on the screen, yes, because I had seen the Thunderbolts, of course, during the Super Bowl with their stuff on YouTube, and there's the the preview that came up before the movie. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I was still kind of eh. The preview before the movie kind of got me a little more hyped because it went into a little more detail. But the seeing Bucky and then seeing Bucky in his role, like he got on a full suit, got the pin on, and then knowing what's coming in Thunderbolts, I was like, okay, I want to see how that transition worked. How he goes from the suit and tie wearing, I got to go give a press conference to you're assembling this team now. And back to, throwing that arm on. Like I want to see how that transition played out. So yeah, it did get me a little more excited for it.
And it's interesting since Sam was offered to start the new Avengers, we see Bucky starting a different version of the Avengers in
Mm-hmm.
his Thunderbolts movie. But Anthony, how are you feeling about where we could possibly get from the Thunderbolts?
Oh, I'm excited. I think they really want to play this comic book move where we do have, the regular Avengers, the, bright and shiny Avengers, and then we have the dark Avengers that'll do the covert ops or the psyops kind of stuff where they'll do the things that you don't want to see a Captain America do it. You're gonna go get great value Captain America, US agent, to do the dirt work, to
Mm-hmm.
really do the stuff that these version of the Avengers shouldn't do, but you guys can. Also know that it's gonna be a time jump in the Thunderbolts. because Brave New World is based in, I think, 2025, because we are in
Okay.
2025. The Thunderbolts will be months later, but it's going to be 2026 because Bucky has already been elected into Congress by the time Thunderbolts hit.
Mm.
They're doing a little time jump, not much, but trying to get a little ahead. Like fast forward into 2026, Bucky is now a congressman, and you know Mr. Fontaine, what's her name? Val.
Val.
Val is just trifling as hell, but cute as a button. So
I hope
and
they
oh, I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry to cut you off. I hope they explain how Bucky was able to get into that position as a congressman because I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have elected him. But what else was you about to say,
Well, I
Anthony?
mean, there wouldn't be another January 6th.
I mean, he out for gun rights.
Yeah.
So they
It'll definitely sound like a Griselda tape
he,
up in that Congress.
he missed a few showers too.
Well, nah, he's still shea butter fresh. Leave him alone.
Is he still trying to get at Sam's sister is the question.
That's
But
true. Because he looked like he was enjoying some,
he was
he
trying to
was
slide
enjoying
in
some
there.
melanin. Now he
But
could play both. He could have Sam's sister and Saber. You know.
Lord no.
Oh
That
well.
that'll mess up the friendship with him and Sam. But was there
That'll
any
true.
scenes that favorite scenes that y'all had from the movie that we didn't haven't discussed yet?
Everything with Isaiah. Everything with Isaiah. Even the final part. That moment Sam had clown me said, that's three. And he made this little remark, and Isaiah just said, say that again. That old black man move, and you see Sam kind of, oh shit, you see mad, because Sam can't fight him. Let's keep that in mind.
He can't.
You can't do toe to toe,
He can
and
try, but yeah.
you see Isaiah just crack this smile, and I thought it was very heartwarming to me, because he got him, he was going on a date to the movies and everything, and I was like, I am so glad, he gets a nice little ending. And I will say this, and I'm done with it. I would love if Disney and Marvel would do an Isaiah Bradley theme show and do his stuff in Korea.
Mm,
Do a flashback and do a quick little 5 or 6 episode miniseries of
I can.
Sam's exploits in Korea, and up to the point where he goes into prison. Yeah, it may end on a bad note, but I would actually like to see that, like his war stories. That's just
They
me.
they've been making their like shorts and stuff, so
Yeah,
that'll be
I'd like
interesting.
to see that. Maybe a one shot,
I think they
a
done with
quick
that.
one shot, huh?
I think they done with them.
Yeah, I'm
I
sad, but
can.
that would be
I think
cool
it'll
though.
be a nice. I think if whatever they're doing with this Young Avengers stuff, if they do
Yeah,
a TV show, I don't know if it's gonna be a TV show or a movie. But I think that'll be a good way to tie into the kid,
yeah, his
Patriot
grandson.
or whatnot. I think
Mm-hmm.
that I think you can tell that story intertwining with his story some kind of way. So I do
Because
think that'll be a
I
cool
know
way to
one
do
thing
it.
for sure. They damn sure ain't gonna do Josiah X.
Yeah,
Now
I don't know who
that
that is, brother.
yeah, no Hotep on super soldier serum.
Nah.
Read the Josiah X storylines. They dope as hell, but no. Yeah, y'all don't want that heat.
Mm.
But that's my outlook. That was one of my favorite scenes were with Isaiah. Those were, it was very kind of father son-ish. Well, no, grandson grandpa-ish,
Right.
Yeah, because I got a
it
lot of
it,
old
it
ass
just
niggas in these movies.
yeah.
We gotta be careful with doing. I'm just saying, how many more movies you gonna see Isaiah in?
You've been killing
Harrison
people
Ford.
off all week, Jason.
I'm just saying. I'm just man. Look. Tony. I mean, RDJ is 60, so I'm just saying these niggas up there. These niggas is old.
He's 60
We
now? I
got
thought he was like 55, 56. Okay.
niggas not my
Because I know
daddy
him and
age.
Marissa Tomei the same age. That's why I was like,
She's
oh damn.
61.
She
Oh,
don't look it though.
she don't
She
look it.
don't. She don't.
Mm-mm.
But Jason, did
You're
you
not
have?
Low
a
passive
racist
aggressive.
asshole and you drink water and mind your business. You age like
That's it.
Marissa Tomei. Most of
Well, she
these,
went to Hillman College too. She
right,
understood.
For
that
one
some of these
season.
heifers need to take, they need to take
You
advice
just
from
need one
whatever
semester,
Marissa's
Jazz.
doing.
You just need one semester. That's all.
Yeah. Jason, did you have a favorite scene from the movie? Or a scene that we haven't discussed that you wanted to discuss?
You know,
Oh, your face.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
My
already know
favorite
where this
scene.
going. I already know where this going.
I don't. I mean, so my favorite scene is definitely when
He was asleep
when
during that part.
I didn't go to sleep at all during the movie. My mind is everywhere else right now. However, my favorite scene was definitely when the Italian black nigga was shooting at him when he pulled up. It was just out of nowhere, like a jump scare. I
Yeah.
said, "God damn!" I see said, "Dude." Well, I had to pick I had to pick the movie that was gonna make sure I didn't fall asleep. So I was like, "Man, I hope this motherfucker on." As soon as it starts, I said, "Oh shit, yeah, it's working." So then when they was driving, I said, "It's going to be a jump scare." And he started shooting at him. Am I hearing echoes, nigga? I heard an echo somewhere. But he starts. I hear me. I
That's
hear
what
my
happens
voice
when you only get like 3 hours
somewhere.
of sleep.
Or
I
no
hear
sleep
it.
at all.
I hear it somewhere though. But
We
when he started shooting at that
It's like
scene
I
there
hear
when they was
myself.
fighting each other, that was pretty dope. And he said, when I get out, I'm gonna kill you, bro.
Yeah. So
do
I'm
you
hoping we get to see him in another
I
cat
was
movie.
curious because none of our characters died in this.
None.
Notable characters died in this. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, they left it open to where you can actually go back to try to bring
Can
those
bring him.
characters, in future
Yeah.
projects. But Helaine, did you have any favorite scenes?
I wouldn't say it was so much a particular scene, but just the overall kind of context of the movie of kind of what people were saying in real life about the movie was what Sam was saying in the movie about him being Captain America. So it was
Mm-hmm.
very art imitates life. And that was a good theme to me throughout the movie. Like, I'm not a super soldier. Should I be a super soldier? I'm not Steve Rogers. Should I have been Steve Rogers? Should I not have gotten the shield? And I like the fact that they talked about it in the movie and showed that there was a reason for it. And it wasn't just a race swap. And it wasn't just a we're gonna give it to the black dude because it's DEI. Like there was a reason. It was in the
Mm-hmm.
comics. There was a good reason. It wasn't like a half-ass reason. It's you are you are this because you are a good man. You're not the best soldier. You're not the super strongest. You're not these things, but you are a good man, and you are what other men should want to strive to be or to
Mm-hmm.
to emulate. So I liked that overall theme of the movie.
Yeah. And I want to piggyback off of that because I know looking at socials within the past 12, 24 hours, seeing negative stuff, but then also seeing people say, no, like I had a good time with this movie. And I will say this when it comes to Falcon's character now, which is Black Captain America. Anthony Mackie has been in this universe for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
He got a whole show and now he got him a whole movie. So if you have an issue with the actor, that's your issue. But
Yep.
looking at what his character was able to bring, and you see a lot of character development for him, I personally am happy to see that. I am happy to see a Black superhero have a movie, be able to carry it, and be able to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
No, am I thinking people are going to give it the same energy as Black Panther? Absolutely not.
No.
But I do think it's important to give it an opportunity and check it out. People have to stop trying to think Marvel movies are going to always be on the standard of Endgame and Infinity War. I think that is a very terrible assumption
That
because if
part,
you look at movies that were released prior, they were not on the same level as Endgame or Infinity War.
that part,
Because I will say this, and Iron Man's trilogy was not that fire. Thor trilogy was not
that
that
is a
fire. Thor
hot take
has
from that Iron
one
Man.
really, yeah, I'm hot tonight.
That was
Thor
a hot
has
take on that
one
Iron Man.
really good solid movie, and that's Thor Ragnarok. The rest of them,
I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
I am gonna say were very mid. It took me a long time to get through Doctor Strange Part One,
Yo,
Mm.
me too.
I
and
did. It's a
I
good
thought it
movie
was
though.
just me.
It's a good movie though. It is a good movie though.
but it's just like I feel like at prior to Infinity War, people was like,
Hmm.
okay, this is cool, had a good time with it. But afterwards, the
Yeah.
expectation of getting Infinity War and Endgame level
Yeah.
quality has been expected in these films. And I think that's very unfortunate. Go watch it and enjoy it if you like these characters.
Niggas hate to see you winning though. I think people don't like winners. I mean,
Hmm.
it's very apparent. You see,
Well, one of the
Brown.
biggest comments was Marvel should have ended at Endgame, and I'm like, well,
Get the
you're
fuck.
stupid and don't know business. Because if that's the case, DC should have ended after Tim Burton's Batman.
Talk that shit.
Um, so again, this is a business. If something works, they keep riding it. For me, if we look at it as a whole, out of everything, Marvel has stayed fairly consistent. I think they shot themselves in the foot in phase 4 because they were still trying to harp on what they did in phase 1, 2, and 3. And I think if Kevin Feige would have stuck to his guns and say, look, the movies we're going to put out, they're going to be a little more inward and self-contained, I think we would have had, and it may bring some things from the past phases, but it's going to be a little more self-contained and not too grandiose and not too big. I think Marvel would have really stayed on top without all the complaints they're having. People really want to see in game every damn movie, and you shouldn't run with that. Fantastic Four First Steps is going to be dropping in July. I'm not looking for Endgame. I'm looking for the friendship between the Thing and fucking Herbie. And they gave it to me in the trailer, and I am there. And I will be happy. I will be with tears of joy because Aunt Petunia's blue eyed, ever loving, orange granite nephew is finally realized perfectly. Get over it. It's going to be a fun movie. The Thunderbolts. Is it going to be Suicide Squad? God, I hope not,
I think so.
because I don't think it's going to be Suicide Squad quality. I think this is going to be not the Suicide Squad, not the James Gunn one, but the first Suicide Squad, which was not that good. The only thing that saved it was Harley. Oh,
I
and
would say I like the first one, but yeah, because of Harley. That's why I like the first
oh
one.
yeah, and we I forgot Killer Croc liked watching BET Uncut, so that was
No.
one for the culture. Um, no, I think
It
this
seems
is
like it's gonna
gonna,
be like a buddy a comedy buddy flick, but more than two
yeah,
buddies.
and
Yeah,
that's
That's
what
what
it
it
should
seems
be.
like it's gonna be.
That's what it should be. Red Guardian is gonna be your comic relief, right?
for sure. For sure.
And there will be moments where Red Guardian is going to be that action that that you're gonna get some solid action. I think it's gonna be well balanced. And I think what we got with Captain America Brave New World, I kind of feel like if this was the first opening salvo for this phase in Marvel, I think it would have been a little bit better. I think Marvel would have fared a lot better than what they did when they had what was the first thing? Doctor Strange? What was the first movie in phase 4? I don't even remember. Because I know
Oh,
Spider-Man
was it Spider-Man?
No Way Home, that was supposed to close.
What was after?
No,
Because No
I
Way
What's
don't
the
Home.
remember.
question?
What was the first
Because
movie of Phase Four?
I think it was No Way Home.
It was No Way Home.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. It was
Was
Homecoming.
it?
Sorry. It was
No,
whatever the movie.
Homecoming.
No,
Okay,
Homecoming was
no.
already out.
Far
No,
From Home. Far From Home is the first movie. Far From Home was the first movie because No Way Home is the last. Far From Home is
No,
the last.
Homecoming
Was that
was
the
first.
final?
No Way Home. No,
No,
Far
it's
From
Far From
Home is
Home.
second. No Way Home is the final one.
Okay, so it's Far From
And
Home. Far
that
From
Far From
Home was the
Home.
final.
Because they
That's
had
the final movie in
Mysterio.
phase three. That's the final movie in phase
Final
three.
phase
Actually,
three. That closes
that's
phase
Okay.
three.
Black Widow was the first movie. Black
Yeah,
Widow was
but
the first movie
even
of phase
yeah,
four,
Oh,
and then
okay.
Shang-Chi was after that.
that's
Shang-Chi,
right. And then
thank you.
Eternals.
Thank you.
That's right.
Then
That's right.
Then
Eternals,
Eternals.
and then we go from Ant-Man and um no, not Ant-Man.
You had Doctor Strange. You
Strange,
had
then
yeah,
Ant-Man.
and then Love and Thunder.
Dry. Oh God.
It seemed like
Um,
they were trying a lot in Phase Four. I
they
could
were
see
throwing way
how.
too much on the wall.
Yeah, and there was a lot
At
of
the
shit up
wall.
there.
But I think if Brave New World was the first movie, I think we would have opened up to something better. Like once you did Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then boom, here's Brave New World, because that's how it was supposed to be. I think it would have been a much better situation for Marvel. That's just my take. That's just my take.
Yeah. But Jason, did you have any favorite scenes or did you already say
I said it.
yours?
You want to ask me
I think
again?
you said his,
Nope.
yeah.
I'm gonna
You
give
keep you
I'm gonna
jumping in
give
and
you
out.
one.
Nope. Was there any other
I'm gonna
scenes
stay in that
anybody
though.
else wanted to discuss before we get to our reasoning as to why we're here? Nope. All right. Well, the
Oh,
reason
I
why
will
we
say
are
this. It should have been a little more Cap centric, but I do agree with some people. This was more of an Incredible Hulk sequel than it was a Captain America sequel. But that's
oh,
because of the lead up with the leader and everything, because they went to close what happened in the Incredible Hulk, and you know, but it's still a well-rounded movie for me. That's all.
okay. Jason, I got a question for you because I know this is on your most anticipated movies of 2025. Did it live up to your expectation before we get to our what did you, or excuse me, was it good though?
I enjoyed it. It was a nice ride. Nice ride. I like the thrill of the movie. Um, so yeah, I think it did.
Okay, that is a positive. But the reason why we are here, Helaine, I'm going to start with you. Was it good though?
Yes, ma'am. It was good. 2 thumbs up. Well, 1.5.
Anthony, was it good though?
It was good. It was good. Yep.
Oh, okay. Jason, was it good though?
It was. It was good.
Okay. I would say yes. I would join the group. Definitely enjoyed this movie. Uh, had a good time with it. I did not
I,
drop any what oh, was somebody about to
oh
say
no.
something?
I was about to make a goofy joke. I was gonna say, but if it would have dragged Drake and they played Not Like Us at the end instead of I, would have been an exceptional film.
It's unfortunate that
I'm joking. I'm joking.
other black, uh whether it be podcasters or
Hmm.
enthusiasts, are dragging the movie for filth, even because they went into it with a mind that they were not going to like it, so they weren't open to it. And it's like
Hmm.
they are putting it up against a Martin Scorsese movie like it's supposed to win an Oscar. It's a comic book movie at the end of the day. That's what it is. Like trying to be all transcendental about a comic book movie is a little much, and then dragging the black ones when we get so few is even worse.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
And that's why there's a podcast called Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends.
That part.
Join us on YouTube, and you can hear Elaine talk as much shit as she damn well pleases
And they drop new episodes every Wednesday on their
every
streams and
Wednesday.
YouTube.
This is true.
Yes, we are there for you.
But yes.
I mean,
All
if you
right.
go into any movie with an open mind and don't have any kind of preconceived notions, if you don't like it, that's cool. I'm not you have to like it just because it's a black
Hmm.
superhero movie. But there's been too many that have already gone in it. It's like how people went into Black Panther 2. Oh, T'Challa's dead. They didn't recast. I'm not going to like it. You didn't give it a chance. You just know that you didn't get your way, so you weren't going to
Hmm.
like it offshoot. And that's what it seems like people were doing for this movie. I didn't get my way, or I didn't like the way that it went, so I'm just not going to like it, but I'm still going to go see it. So that's fine. Give them your money so Mackie can get paid and be in the next movie for the next 5 or 10 years. But dragging it for filth is not what's up.
Yeah.
And the director just said that the film did not go through multiple reshoots. We only did one period of additional photography,
Hmm.
which is the same on all of these movies.
Okay. Yeah, because did he? I hope he quelled the budget thing too, because people were saying, "Oh, the budget swelled up to $500 million," and then Marvel said, "No, this budget was 180. Same budget as certain this movie, and this movie." So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There was some. There's issues. There's a lot of folks who just didn't want him to be capped. They want Chris Evans, and look, I get it. It is what it is.
Yeah. And it's just go enjoy it. And
Yeah.
people hit me up asking me like, "Oh, what'd you think?" I'm like, "I'm saving it for the pod. Save my comments for the pod." But my thing is, if you were going, and I say this to anybody, if you were going to go see a movie, ignore all the reviews, ignore the stuff that you see online, because everybody has different tastes and things that they like. If you was
Yep.
gonna spend that money anyway, just go see that shit. Because when the Marvels dropped, it got so much hate, and people were just like, "I'm not gonna go see it." As soon as it was made available on streams, damn, I wish I would have saw that in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like as people who have influence that are in these spaces of critiquing films and going through that whole thing, somebody that's just looking at it, just go see that shit. Because you're not going to always agree with that critic that you follow online.
Bruh. I said that shit today. Somebody was like,
Yeah.
what do you think about it? I said, look, fam, you got haters and you got the people that's gonna like it. Go figure it out for yourself. It don't
Right.
matter
Yeah.
what the fuck any of us think
Don't lie.
about any of these things. Go fucking see it. Is it something you so many, oh, we're gonna do that? I don't think so. Because I don't care about what another motherfucker think of it. What difference does it make what anybody think of a movie, music,
Mm-hmm.
any of this shit? Y'all guys, y'all put so much weight into what other people think and what other people feel. It's
Well,
fucking ridiculous.
you
That's
know
why I'm
what
gonna
it
go
is,
see Queen
Jason?
and
Oh,
Slim just because Jason
Stop
said he.
fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. That no. Fuck no.
I got the T-shirt, but you know what? It's because when they
The
hear
soundtrack
that
is amazing though.
definitely great soundtrack, but it's when they hear movie critic, right? They hear that, and it's automatic. Okay, so that's a voice I need to hear, and if they say it's bad, I
Why?
shouldn't go. Well, it's the titles, Elaine. It's always
Siskel
been
and
like
Ebert
that.
didn't look. Siskel and Ebert were the most famous movie critics, and they didn't always get it right. And you can't say you're
True.
always gonna agree. But like, I don't agree. Hell, I don't agree with nobody about nothing. I don't. Not
Yeah.
about everything. Like, come the fuck on. Have some sense and be an adult and decide for yourself if you're gonna like something or not.
Yeah. Because I
You
follow a
know,
bunch of people whose opinions I do not agree with. I
That
respect
part.
their views. And I'm just
right.
like, I'm going to go see that shit anyway because I only agree with 15%
Right.
of your critiques.
Kind of like
Right.
saying Lauryn Hill is a top 10 rapper. I
Nah,
would never agree with that, but
I would, and that's okay because I wouldn't say that she's overrated either. But,
Exactly.
it's all
And she has
that
an
is.
amazing album. An
Right.
amazing
one,
one
Because some
album.
people feel
one
like
out.
you need to have three to be
What are you saying?
amazing.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Wait, first off,
We're,
first
we're
off, first off,
turning the
first off,
pod
we
into a
here.
music one.
So
Where
yes, yes. So no,
Oh, we getting
so
into
yeah,
this.
no,
Oh,
no.
bet.
So
Okay.
Lauryn Hill is overrated, and
And
that's
she's
okay.
not. And
It's
and you
okay
know
to be
what? I
overrated. It's
think
okay to be it's
it's
okay to be
but it's
overrated.
okay to agree to disagree.
No,
That
It
fuck, it's
is.
this
not. It's
this
It
not.
is.
We should
it
It
just
is.
agree.
is.
You should
It is
just
It's
okay to
agree.
disagree.
completely
Disagree
fine.
with bullshit.
It
We
is.
shouldn't
We
agree
do
with. We shouldn't
no.
agree to disagree on
We
bullshit. Some
Jason.
shit is bullshit. We can't agree
Oh,
to disagree on that. Like
you be
if
saying
it if it
bullshit. It's
that shit
okay.
is it. It's like saying it's
Anthony,
like it.
mom and dad
Like
arguing
y'all
again?
started
It's
this shit. You
I
brought the
did.
it's
Lauryn
just
Hill up. We
it's
was
I
like
about to
did.
exit.
it's like
My
It's
Ladies
bad.
and gentlemen,
okay.
this was another
My bad.
rousing episode of Was It Good Though podcast. I am a guest, Anthony
Every
Sterling.
time
One
Helene
fourth
and
of
Anthony are on,
I
me and
was gonna
Jason.
say.
It's
y'all
gonna be
just
some
go
bullshit.
at it.
Okay, so I
Me
was
Y'all
and
gonna ask
Jason be
you. I was gonna
finding
okay.
peace. I blame y'all.
It is
they ain't
them.
our
It's them.
fault.
They the agents of
That's
chaos
We
y'all.
are
here.
not
It's
we are
them.
not the
It
agents of
is.
Yep.
So
chaos.
what I was
Y'all
gonna
getting a
But
ask
check.
y'all, okay, I was gonna ask y'all, would this movie have worked if it was a Falcon movie?
No,
ooh,
Mm-mm.
probably not.
No,
And
no.
he's
the
not big
only
enough.
and the,
He's not a big
yeah,
enough. Like just Falcon is not a big enough draw.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It rarely do you see the I hate to say it, the sidekick
Yeah.
get the spotlight in a big way.
You
You
don't
know.
see? Do you think a Robin Dick Grayson movie would work?
No,
Not
because
like
I
a
think a
Batman movie.
Nightwing movie would work.
That
Because the
part.
first thing people will think about is Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
You
Because I
said
You
mean,
know,
Nightwing.
a
You think a
Nightwing
Nightwing
movie.
movie, but would that not be
Yeah.
a
I
sidekick though?
I think it would be the same
No,
thing.
because
No.
that's him on his own.
Nightwing is him. Yeah, is him by himself. He's
That's
not
Dick on
Batman's
his own.
sidekick at
He's
that point.
yeah.
It's still Rob. But people gonna still look at it like that's just Robin without Batman. Like
Yeah,
he's doing it so like
Well,
I don't.
I would see it
yeah,
like
but
that.
again,
Yeah,
the
no.
name. If you think about it, it ain't
Because
Batman
I'm
and
not Robin
Nightwing
anymore. Yeah, I'm not
more.
Robin
I
anymore.
am
I'm
Nightwing,
Nightwing.
So,
and I
I
do
mean,
love in the comics how he fought for that and told Bruce straight up, nah, I'm doing this on my own. It's for
That's like
me to
Sam.
handle
That's like
now.
saying Sam is not Cap. because he used to be Falcon. Like, no, nigga, I'm Cap now. I'm not Falcon no more. Nightwing is
Right.
not Robin anymore. He's Nightwing.
So let me piggyback off of Jason's question. But
Mm.
y'all, do you think Bucky could carry a movie by himself without additional folks?
Yes, because he was the Winter Soldier.
I
Even
think
though
so.
he was Bucky, he's known more as the Winter Soldier.
But
And
And Bucky has led an exciting life for the last 100 years. So
but the Bucky
yes,
that we
right.
have now versus the Bucky that we had in the Winter Soldier, they're two different.
True. One was a straight up killer. The other one is a congressman.
So you're seeing
So
a
nah,
congressman and not
Bucky's
the
still a
straight up
killer.
Are
killer.
you talking about
Bucky's still a killer.
Schwarzenegger right
He
now?
just ain't
Like
he
what?
just ain't a mercenary killer no
Would
more.
y'all see a
yeah.
movie that was
Bucky's still a killer.
would y'all see a Bucky movie today with the Bucky that we just saw in Cap 4 in a solo film without the
If he was
without
Thunderbolts?
Cap,
Like,
anybody?
Without
if he was
no,
anybody else?
if
if
he was
it
Captain
was
America,
no, if it was just Bucky, it's just like, oh, the Winter
a Winter
Soldier.
Soldier, the Winter Soldier is the name of the movie. The
You
Winter
can
Soldier.
call it that because that's the only way people associated with it. That's his nickname, but he's not like the Winter Soldier that you saw in that Winter Soldier
Right.
movie.
But
He
but
is
is that not his is that not his
he don't like to be
moniker?
called that shit no more.
No, he doesn't be.
What
He's not called the Winter Soldier anymore.
He
He's
doesn't
just
want to
Bucky
be called it.
Barnes.
He's
But
just
Yeah,
Bucky Barnes,
so you
James
just
Buchanan
let it
Barnes.
be a
yeah.
Barnes solo film. Would you go see that?
Marvel Studios presents
Not
Bucky.
Barnes. I would go see a
That
Winter
just
Soldier, but I wouldn't go see a Barnes.
So it's
No.
kind of like that
Barnes and
him and
yeah.
Nobles,
Sam in the same kind of boat for real.
Barnes and his nobles.
He's reading
Barnes is number. Oh, wow.
out loud, reading and killing.
Yeah.
Damn, niggas,
Book
this is
clubs and
about
murders.
Mr. Rogers, nigga. What
The
No,
Zodiac fucked up.
no.
Kill.
I've been slashing niggas for 50 years. And I'll add in another one. No, I probably would, but that's just me. Look, I asked for an Isaiah movie or an Isaiah
Yeah,
television show.
you did
But
ask for
Isaiah
that.
has
You know,
a sort. But that's what I mean. Like, if you want to do a Bucky movie, it would have to go back in time.
yeah.
So
Like, you
okay,
can't
so
do Bucky from right now and have him go forward because I don't care about Bucky in a three-piece suit. I
okay, so
don't.
let me
But I care about the Winter Soldier. I can have Bucky in the three-piece suit telling me about the exploits that he had as the Winter Soldier. I'd go watch that movie.
Which are things he don't even want to talk about anymore because of all the blood that's been spilled
Yeah.
because of it. So
Hey, don't nobody
no, what
care.
I'm saying is,
I
no, what
love
I'm
the
saying
trauma.
is you
Bring the
you
trauma.
play, but you play the PTSD because keep in mind, Falcon and
was
Winter
she a
Soldier,
therapist?
Bucky was in therapy.
I want to bask
Yes.
in the trauma.
So yeah.
Americans.
Mm.
It's so fucked up. So question though, so with this movie, so we kind of talked about people because I this of course this can be a whole different conversation. I'm not trying to go delve too deep into that, but do you feel as if Marvel mishandled Falcon in any way? The transitioning of
Uh-huh.
Endgame to today with
Mhm.
the Captain America situation? Should it? I mean, like I'm not. I don't want to say should it have been Bucky, or do you just think they should have handled it differently, going from Endgame to today? Like, what should have happened, or do you think Do you think that there should have been a different transition there? Um, and like you got some on your tip of your tongue. You first, brother.
Nasty ass.
Nope. Okay. Well, that was just a
He
regular
got
saying
nasty
that
ass on the
people
tip
would
of his
say,
tongue.
jazz. You see? Jazz,
Right?
jazz, twat, ice. Make them friends. Um,
I said, so I think they bad.
hey man, icy hot. But again, no, I think it was done well because in Endgame, the way he said it, like I don't think I'm built for this. Why me? Why not Bucky? That is your super soldier. That is the one who's supposed to be handling this thing. And I love how they disappear when I'm about to drop jewels. Um,
I'm here. I got you.
I'm here.
no,
I'm
I
just
know. I
eating.
appreciate you. No, I'm joking with you. No, I appreciate how Marvel did it. I don't think they dropped the ball at all because you're taking a normal man and you're putting him in this situation where we need you to lead. You're gonna have the leader of the group, right? The leader of the Avengers, or just the symbol of a country. We're putting this in your hands. No, I think they handled it well. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier basically was Sam trying to come to terms with, dog, Steve just gave you one of the biggest responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Tony telling Sam, hey, go ahead and you're Iron Man now. Oh, cool. I got all these cool ass gadgets. Everything is autopilot. I'm good with that.
Mm.
This is you're getting a shield, a fucking shield, and you're getting a moniker as the face, the symbol of whether you want to say it's American exceptionalism or American empirical rules. Who knows? Depending on which country you're from, you're now the face of this. And I think they handled it well, and especially because they had Malcolm Spellman write Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it I thought it was done well. That's my take on it. They did
Yeah.
it well.
And I'll
So
also piggyback on that, Anthony, when you brought up Spider-Man, you kind of saw Spider-Man take the mantle after Endgame when Tony died, and you saw how that
yeah,
affected him of taking um what is the fucking program?
Friday,
Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Yes. And so he in that
Oh,
moment felt like he was not good enough to handle such a responsibility, which is why
oh, and
he
Far From
passed it.
Home.
Yes, which is
It
why he
was
passed it
Edith.
off. It was Edith?
Yeah, the
Okay.
glasses.
Okay.
Remember? And he gave it to Mysterio. It was
Right.
Edith.
So he gave it to
Even in death,
somebody
I'm
else.
still the hero. I'm the hero.
Right. So like with
Mhm.
Sam in the series, he sent it he gave the shield to where
He gave it back to America.
gave it
He
back
was
to
like,
America. Then you
I'm
had
not
that great
can't do this.
value cap that had
Exactly.
it, and we saw how he handled it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I do appreciate them showing us the emotional toll and the weight that these individuals are carrying when past that torch. And you saw a little bit of it with Sam and what's his homeboy that was in the hospital?
Joaquin.
Joaquin. And he was just
Joaquin
telling him, he
Torres.
was just like, it's a lot to carry.
Yeah.
This is
It's a
not
burden.
easy. You can't make any kind of mistakes, and you have to make all these important decisions because all these people are
Mm-hmm.
counting on you. So seeing that vulnerability with heroes, I think is very important because as a viewer, it's just like, well, damn, we kind of make it seem like, oh, it's just something easy. Like, oh, you could just fight these fucking
Yeah.
mutants, aliens. And it's just
One
like,
punch.
right.
One punch solution.
And it's
Yeah.
like, no, some of them deal with the same everyday struggles that we do on top of all of that other bullshit.
And
So,
you know what, Jazz? And I'm gonna add this. There was a great representation of what you just said on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in one of the recent episodes when Pete had to come to terms because he lost in a fight. Not gonna say with who, and he had his talk with Aunt May, and he
mhm,
broke down. You know, he said, I feel like I'm not strong enough to do what's right and to protect all these people who are counting on me to protect them." And I just went, bam, this is what Sam went through for 6 damn episodes and
right.
a movie. Little old Petey Parker said it in one episode with his aunt.
And he got powers.
And
Sam
yeah,
ain't got no
no
powers. Sam,
powers.
you can
Yeah,
shoot Sam in the head and he be gone.
that's it. It's game over.
So
You know, I'm just waiting for Captain America versus the alt right, and one of them calls him nigger bird. I'm waiting for it.
you
It's
just gotta
gonna
kill
happen.
him.
You
You
just
gotta
gotta kill him.
Nigga Look at
You
this
just gotta
meme
kill
look.
him.
Helaine got on this picture though.
What
not
about
you
my
came
picture?
back the same time. You know what?
We
Nothing.
It
fucking
makes you
on
think,
camera.
huh?
Right at the
It
same
makes you think.
time.
We are in
Even
two
though
different
one
states, ma'am.
states, hey
Not in
man,
my story.
hey,
Hey,
teleportation is a thing.
go get your goddamn
I
walking stick and
wish,
shut up.
goddamn, they gotta
Yeah.
be
I
damn.
No.
That be
Oh
I
yeah,
Professor
instant
X.
transmission into the
nah. That's
right into a
Goku. That's
bank vault.
Goku. I'm going somewhere else. Choo. Out this bitch.
Oh no, I'm going to a bank vault.
Oh God,
Oh,
nigga, I never work again in my life. Hey, boy,
oh
if
no,
I
I'm
was,
done.
I don't care who the fuck I thought Steve Rogers, Iron Man. I'm robbing something, and I'm gonna be a good person for the rest of my life after that. But I'm hitting some licks.
I'm not.
Y'all can
I'm gonna be an
You gonna
okay
think
yeah.
I'm
person.
you gonna think I'm a rock band the way I'm hitting licks down this
No.
bitch.
Give Jazz powers and she gonna use them to sell feet.
That's it. She better do
That's
It
math
it.
with
depends
Jazz
on
ass.
what powers
I,
I have, though.
I will
Oh,
whoop Jazz.
automatically off the top,
No, God, no,
straight up
God's gonna
telepathy.
make her God gonna make her invisible because he not gonna let her do nothing that's gonna be
What?
beneficial. He not gonna do nothing beneficial to using them feet except coming. She's like, no shoes,
What
no
if
shoes.
everything is invisible except my feet? That's crazy.
Oh
That's some
man.
that's some the boys type powers. Like he
Oh
just like
yeah.
you take everything except your feet. You like what? You
How
know
does
we can
this
see
work?
them, right?
Just walking in a bank.
Yeah. Sir, we see those Stacey Adams. God damn it.
I'm still gonna rob them though.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
I
put
mean,
some
what
kid.
can you identify?
You gotta
Stacey
put some
Adams
kid.
shoes.
You gotta put some
That's about
kids on.
75.
You gotta ride
Some
the back, get some
sketches.
kids.
Get some sketches
I'll,
with some roller skates in them shits. Roll my
yeah.
ass in there.
I'll
Fuck.
get
All
you some
right,
custom
Usher.
Mari Gators. You know? 75 pimps arrested. We know you had the we know you had the green apple now later gators. That's you. No, it's not.
I do have one question for y'all. Since it is Black History Month, if y'all had to recreate the Marvels, or excuse me, the Avengers today,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to select an actor or an actress that has only been out post 2020, was it
2010.
2010?
2010.
Or post
2010.
2010. Okay.
Who would you have in those in your Avengers? Now, the list is Iron Man, Thor, Steve Rogers, Black Widow, and Clint. Is that right, Jason? Just
Clint
those
You said
Barton.
you,
five?
Yeah.
you said Hulk,
Hawkeye.
right? Hulk and Hawkeye. She said Clint. She said Clint. So
I
yeah,
didn't
it's
say
just
Hulk, but
okay.
hey,
Bruce Banner,
yeah,
Hulk. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That got to be the
right.
other person because he's in the Avengers,
Yes.
the original click.
So
So the
who would
original crew. So the first
yes,
seven. Got you. Was it seven?
six. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Iron
type.
Man.
I'm gonna
Six.
send
Yeah.
y'all.
Six. I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
send. I'm gonna send it in the chat so y'all can if y'all don't have it in y'all notes, just so you.
I sent it
Yeah.
to Anthony earlier. If he didn't read my DM, I'm sad.
I mean, you said you didn't know Bruce, so I'm just making sure we got
Bruce
him.
wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Bruce was on that list,
I mean, he
but
may not have been, but Bruce is a part of the original clique.
all
So
Yeah.
right, this
Do,
nigga,
do,
he
do,
get
do,
turned
do,
65 and shit. But
do, do.
does
fuck
anybody have
you.
their list available? If not, I will share mine since
Go
Please
everybody's
do.
ahead.
getting theirs together.
Yeah,
For
I was late.
Iron Man,
Sorry about that, y'all.
oh no, you good. For my Iron Man, I'm going to choose Johnny Ray Gill. He was from Cross.
Okay.
He was yeah, he was I forgot I wrote where he was from, but I forgot his character's name
Was he
in
Mm-hmm.
the
Cross.
crazy? Was he the crazy one with the dog?
Yes, he was. I am choosing him as my Iron Man. For my
Okay.
Thor, I am choosing Yaya, who
Mm.
starred in Candyman,
Okay.
the remake. My Steve Rogers is going to be Caleb McLaughlin from
Who
Stranger
that?
Things.
Who that is?
He
That's
was
the little brother.
I've never
Lucas.
watched
Is
Stranger
it Lucas?
Things.
you did it was Lucas. Yes.
Lucas,
My
yeah.
sons love it, but I've never watched it.
It's fire. My
I
black
really like that movie he did with Idris, with the Cowboys in Philly.
yes.
Oh,
Did you
that's him. I
he
Yeah.
saw
was
that.
he was also in he was in the Book of Clarence. I don't know
Yep.
if you saw that,
He
but that
was
was
in the Book
good.
of Clarence. Yep. Sure
My
was.
Black Widow is going to be Gail Bean from Harlem
Okay.
Snowfall and P Valley season 2.
Oh, you just want to see her ass. That's but I ain't
No,
hating on you.
I was thinking of
No, she's a
somebody
good actor. She's a good
right.
actor and very physical too.
I was trying to
She can
think
be
of who
very
I could
physical.
put. That was probably the hardest selection I had to pick for that one. And my Clint is
Hmm.
going to be Kelvin Harrison Jr.
Who that
Okay.
is?
He was in Mufasa, The Lion King.
Oh, the gay boy.
Okay.
And I am going to have my Hulk as Aaron Pierre.
Oh,
I
see,
have him on my list, but he's not my Hulk.
I know.
no,
I
I
know.
I have a list. I was thinking about it as you were going. Um,
I need
this
to
is all
change
top of
mine.
the head. I would get Aaron Pierre would be my Captain America.
Okay.
Because he light skinned and
Aaron
he'll
Pierre,
be all
that's
right.
Mufasa.
People be trying to fuck America.
Well,
That's right. Hey, we already are. We got America's ass.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
America's
So
ass.
Aaron Pierre would be my cap. For Iron Man, I was looking more at what's my boy Kofi?
Oh,
Kofi
God,
Saraba,
yes.
Saraya, Sorobi, something like
yeah,
that.
Kofi Sarabi. I think he
Oh, that's
would
the
be a
dark skinned
really
dude
good.
from that Doja Cat video, isn't it?
And he was in Harlem.
He was in Harlem.
Oh yeah,
He was a
Seth.
baseball player.
You ain't gonna tell Helaine to chill out. Just me? Oh, okay. Equal
Squad,
opportunity. Because she over
ice,
here
Helaine,
picking her
make
nose and
friends.
shit.
I'm
Like,
just saying.
Yeah, make
Mm.
friends. For Thor, Yaya would be dope as hell. Um, I agree. I think he would be a
Who
really
is
good
this
Thor.
Yaya person?
he
Yaya
was in
Abdul Mateen.
Candyman.
He was in Candyman. He was
And
in
he was in
Oh,
Aquaman.
and Watchmen. He played
Yes.
Dr.
oh,
Manhattan.
was he the one that
Yes.
plays that? Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
I
buddy.
think he would be
Regina
a really
King
good Thor.
smashed in the closet. I was like, I wish I was her.
For my how many did I give? 3 already? Yeah, for Black Widow,
Mhm.
I would go with Anna Diop. I think Anna Diop would be really good as Natasha, as Black Widow. She was Starfire in Titans.
That's a good pick. Okay.
Um, Going now to Clint, I would literally get Damson Idris
Okay.
because
Hmm.
Damson
I
Idris,
could see that.
like hearing like his quips and his comebacks, I think he would have that attitude like Clint. I think he would play that well. And for
Mhm.
Bruce, man, that's a hard one. Who would I get for Bruce? Because I gotta look at it almost comic book accurate. Got to be somewhat of a weakling looking guy.
Mm.
And most of the brothers out here that's acting, they all kind of buffed.
You could
Ooh,
probably.
Jay Ellis.
Oh,
Jay
Oh,
Ellis. I think Jay Ellis would be a good Bruce Banner.
okay.
Because all you gotta be is a
I like that.
nerdy ass
I could
Lawrence.
see that. I like that. That was a good one.
Yeah, I
That is
think
a good
Jay
one.
Ellis would
That
be a
was a good
good
one.
Bruce Banner, Incredible Hulk. So that's my list.
I thought you were going Lakeith Stanfield.
See, Lakeith, you
No,
know what? You know who Lakeith would be? He would be my Doctor Strange.
because he's strange as fuck.
Because
Oh,
he
I could see that.
exactly
that's
He is strange
good.
as
That's
fuck.
good.
he's a gone pecan, and I love him for it. He would be
Just
my Doctor
that are
Strange.
gone
That's
pecan.
But
good.
I think, and you know why? Because Jay Ellis, he can play nerdy, but he also plays that,
Sex symbol.
he could be the sex symbol, but also at a point where you're like, okay, he's just goofy,
Right.
and he can play like off kiltered to me. Like he's not, he can be leading man, but there's a little bit of like he's just a normal dude from up the block.
Yeah.
I think he played that well, and that's Bruce. Bruce has this big brain, but at the same time, he's kind of scared. Like if you really look at Bruce, he carries that curse with him wherever he goes, and I think Jay Ellis would handle that role pretty damn well.
I
So
like
yeah,
those.
those are my picks
I like that. Helaine, who you got?
All right, so I'm gonna add Yaya to my list for Captain America.
for all the parts,
Yeah,
including Black Widow, because she won him in that black slinky ass outfit.
I'm gonna keep Aaron Pierre as my Thor
Mm-hmm.
because I think it works. I'm gonna take Trevor Jackson as my Iron Man.
Trevor
Um,
Jackson from
Oh,
from
from
Grownish.
Grownish.
Blackish? Grownish.
Yeah, yeah,
You mean
Wow.
the one that played
Okay.
the pimp.
Superfly
Yeah,
horribly
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
with the
I
rat
will.
tail?
He
He's
is
gonna be my
cute.
Iron Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad
Okay.
at that. That's
All
Uh,
right.
good.
I'm good. No hate.
Hulk is gonna be Marcus Scriber, I think how you say his last name, from Blackish. He's the son. He's Junior.
Oh,
He's gonna
Mm.
okay.
be Hulk to me
Yeah, I could see it.
from
He would be a
Blackish.
good Ant-Man though.
I was like
He would
trying
have
to
been a
plan
good Ant-Man
like, because he's goofy like that.
and
So
nerdy and a little
That's true.
I was like,
insecure
I do
and
kind of like him as Ant-Man.
yeah.
I want John Boyega, and I was thinking like John Boyega Black Panther, but I think John Boyega could also work for my Hawkeye. Kind of a toss up between the two, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and who else did I have? I think that's it. I didn't really pick a Black Widow. If I had to do a Black Widow, I'd probably say oh girl that plays Starfire.
Okay.
Anna Diop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's good. I think she'll be a good storm, but I think I saw a
I don't
tweet
know. They like the
the
girl with
DeWanda
the
Wise.
yeah.
Yeah, DeWanda Wise. Yeah,
And I think
she would. I
that's
think
one of
Anna
the ones
Diop
that's
would
on
be a good
Jason's
storm
list
too.
as hater.
Visually, I
Mm.
think DeWanda Wise would be a great storm, but acting, I don't know. And it might just be
I
because I'm not familiar with her
mhm.
catalog too much. But Jurassic Park did not sell me.
Well, she just got DeWanda Wise just got
She's in an
chosen
anime
to
that's coming
be
up, right?
Killer Bee. No, she just got the lead role in the movie that's coming, the project Killer Bee,
It's based off
which
a
is
video game,
no, it's based off a comic book
a comic
created
book.
by
Okay.
um Crownson,
Okay.
David Crownson, who also created this book. I'm gonna throw it up right here. I am a Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I swear to y'all, if y'all can see it, I know my thing blurs it, but if you can get a copy of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, you will be a happy camper. This is David Crownson, black creator, um, amazing writer. This all started with a dream, and now his stuff is getting picked up by Issa.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
I just want to show some love. I
Nah.
think even though Harriet's young in this one, I think Viola Davis would be a good Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I think.
If they adapted to a movie,
Oh yeah, if
that's
they
your first
adapted to a
pick.
movie, oh yeah, I would go with Viola, or I would go with I don't know why. I just think Anna Diop would look good in action, in an action film.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we getting
that's
Viola
my
in a an action movie soon. I think it's
yeah.
called G6.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
G20. Is
20
it
G20.
G20?
She plays the
Yeah.
president.
Right. It's so weird
Mhm.
seeing these projects to where you have a black woman president
And yet,
coming out, and I'm like, Americans, you had one job, but you
one
didn't do
job.
it. But I digress.
Girl, they didn't want to pick fruit. So
You
you
know
think they was
what?
gonna pick a black woman president? We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Oh,
Jason.
Jason's list.
Ah, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, I'll pick for him.
uh
Halle Berry, Halle Berry, Halle Bailey, Chloe Bailey, and
damn.
I'm done. Put them wherever you want to put them.
Bayless.
The
Okay.
Baileys and the Berry. That would be his list. No, I'm joking. I don't know what he would choose. You know.
We're gonna have to get.
I know who he would get for Iron Man though.
Well, Tom Cruise is white, so he wouldn't apply.
Uh-uh.
So who do you think his Tom Cruise would be?
Oh, off the top, Terrence Howard.
Shit. All right, now you just trolling Anthony. But
Iron Man.
since we gotta wait for Helaine and Jason to come back, we can go ahead and go to our Link of Thrones and we'll just circle back with them. Anthony, who
Okay.
do you have for your Link of Thrones for this episode?
Oh, off the top, man. The reason Captain America Brave New World was enjoyable, even though he wasn't on the screen as much. Carl Lumley, who played Isaiah Bradley. If you want to see him in a superhero, in superhero mode, if you can find it, Mantis, Mantis, same as the actual bug itself, the praying mantis. He played a forensic professional forensics professor or something like that. He worked for the police. He's paralyzed and he creates this suit that helps him to actually walk, and it enhances his strength, speed, and everything. And he becomes a crime fighter. It was actually created by Sam Raimi.
Mm.
And it started off as a television movie on Fox, of all places. And then it turned into a television show. And the crazy thing is that in the movie, all the people around him were black, And sadly, when it came to the television show, they whitened it up and changed a lot of it. But it lasted, I think, for a season or two. But it was really good. Mantis, Mantis. Gina Torres is in that show as well. So
Okay.
you can't go wrong with that. I believe, yeah, it was Gina Torres. She was in the show. So that's
Okay.
my Link of Thrones.
Awesome. Awesome. Helaine, do you have your Link of Thrones?
No, I do not. I mean, we can do Giancarlo Esposito because he's in everything known to man that
Yep,
I've ever loved.
that's true.
So like, of course, we saw him in this role. He plays a good bad guy. I like it.
That he
I
does.
He needs to play more like I like him in the villain role. And
Mm-hmm.
I've literally been watching this man since school days when Gina licked the part down his head, and
He
I've
was the
liked it.
villain in that too.
He kind of was, but a little bit.
Julian, Dean, Big
Dean,
Brother
Big Brother
Almighty.
Almighty. Yes.
He was a villain. Well, somewhat of a villain, but not too much in Do the Right Thing. I feel like he's typecast to be a villain because he also had a
Yeah.
series that dropped, I think, last year, if not in 2023. They only did
Oh,
one
wait, was a
season.
getaway driver?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. I can't remember the name of it. I feel bad.
I feel like it starts with a P. But I feel like he
Oh,
was on one of
Please
them.
don't
Parish.
feed the children,
Parish.
That's what
or
it was. I feel like he was on one of
Parish.
those streaming services that doesn't really do
It was
very
on the
good,
AMC.
what the hell is Parish? I don't know what that
doesn't
is.
do very good
Girl, I thought
marketing.
you would have seen it because it takes place in New Orleans.
Mm.
No, I don't. I
He
don't
was
think I have that
It dropped
station.
last year.
yeah, it was
I
on
see.
AMC, one season. It
Yeah, I see
feels like there's
AMC.
gonna be a second season because it
I
kind of ends on a
I thought they said they
it
canceled
was a
it to
one and
where
done.
yeah,
Oh,
they weren't going to
you're
renew
so
it for a
doing that.
second season.
It might be on Netflix. Check it out. It's really good. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna have to
So
definitely check that out. All right. Well, my Link of Thrones is going to be uh hold on. I'm gonna do Tim Blake Nelson. He
ah,
was the leader and he was in Dune too, which is one of my favorite movies of
okay,
2024.
nice. He was
So
also in a wonderful film called I don't remember.
is that the name of the movie or you don't remember what it was
No,
called?
I just don't. No, oh, with George Clooney and John Turturro. Um, they
Oh,
were the
oh brother,
Soggy
where
Bottom
art thou?
Boys. Oh, brother, where art thou? That was I think that was the first movie I ever saw him in.
Mm.
You know.
Because he was in Holes.
Mm-hmm.
He was in both of the
Okay.
Dune movies.
Okay.
Um, and of course, Incredible Hulk. So he got a nice little
Yeah.
catalog.
Yeah.
But
He's a
yes,
man of constant sorrow.
right, right. I don't know where Jason is, but since we are at the end of our episode, please let the folks know where they can pretty much find y'all, stream y'all, watch y'all,
Yeah.
all of the things.
Yeah, Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends, where we laugh at all things political, pop culture wise, just life in general. We wax politically, philosophically, and humorously at all things life. We drop new episodes every Wednesday on YouTube as well as on Spotify. You can watch the video versions on both. We also have the audio versions that are on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. We are not hard to find. Yes, the title is long, but I guarantee you, once you do Talking Ish, podcast amongst friends will pop up. So talking with no G, Talkin I space ISH, a podcast amongst friends. So you can find us, myself, Helaine, Britt, who is the priestess of age rage, and Miss Araya Anderson, who is our beautiful ray of sunshine. And 9 out of 10, you're probably gonna find Jazz because she's like the fifth Beatle to our group. So and we love you for it, and we always enjoy when you come on. So please check us out, man. Become subscribe to us. It's free. We're not asking for money. It's free. And we have a good time, and we love to hear from folks who comment on our shows, and we read them, and we actually engage in conversation with y'all. And that is it.
Yeah. It's so funny how we were able to connect, but I definitely love coming on y'all podcast and listening to y'all pod. It's always a great time.
If it wasn't for Curtis, Curtis is the one who connected me.
Shout out to
That's
Curtis.
how I
Yeah.
shout out to Curtis. Shout out to you, Curtis. You are the reason this
Yes.
madness, these two universes have merged.
The reason.
I'm gonna
No,
merge a universe.
no,
All right.
no, 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 no,
Oh
no, 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 no,
God.
no,
All
no,
right.
no, no, no.
So next week
Maurice White is crying.
we
in
have y'all
heaven.
back. Since it is the last week of Black History Month, we are doing Django Unchained.
The Django.
I am, the D is silent.
Oh, well,
But for episode 141, yes, I am excited for that dropping next week. Last week we did episode 140, Brown Sugar. We had Crystal and Lisa joining
great episode.
us.
Salute to the ladies in locks.
I mean, the locks was flowing.
They were flowing.
Good times, talking about love and all that shit.
Rapunzel, let down your hair. The dog's on my ass and it's getting near. Yes, indeed.
But
y'all looked amazing.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. But shout out to everybody who listens and subscribes. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review. Check out Talkin Ish. They are always welcome on our pod, and we family
Vice
around
versa.
here. It's it's tennis match. So by the time this episode drops, your episode, y'all are doing 142. That's dropping this week.
Yeah.
Y'all check that out.
This week. Yep.
Since this
Wednesdays.
Tuesday, their episode drops on Wednesday. Please be sure to go check that out. And it's a good time. Black unity, Black love, Black
support
podcasting.
Black podcasting. We're having fun. We do this for fun. We ain't getting paid.
A lot of gang shit going on.
Lot of it. We be spending, we spend the block twice on our ops. We don't play games. Twice. You get it 2 times.
Oh, let's wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go to a meeting that I must conduct now. So
appreciate you. Y'all stay blessed. Thank you.